Mamu ajo na mamu akwa ba se de share boss no nwotwe ye beba o interview no aba no nwotwe e wo man Ghana mu ene ye ukuada na enkomo ye ba bedi ye enkomo bi a in fact request aba efa ho edoso pa na strangely obi ha send request na o say enkomo we de benya nka wo ne Al-Wahab na enisa enkomo yi nchechemu ne nipa bi a frame on phone HSA opening him there or they ama 2 interviews I mean na ye no very deep and so omo energy how of Ghana na enwechi no one fa party semon kom nemum or very neutral and passionate and you may entia ye yensa aka no or diplomatic consultant business wise kwan ofa so eboa aman ahodo aman mpanimfo ema omotuminya investors enwechi no sign advice wo hwe adwuma oya oya pania we are very privileged say yensa atumi aka no ewo KOFI TV studios a enyume no abedi nkomo. In fact the last interview aye fa security ewo Africa Ghana ye base ene said ye esi etie ne honsema hodo no ekowie na in fact I had a lot of calls ni nyina ne say na won pese o mo contact openi all the way to Al Jazeera. I was surprised. Hey, aden. Me wo ho me nua Baba Yakubu onokra na translate bi Edema Voice of America for. They are also interested say on pese omonye openi ni di enkomo and other universities international and afa local wo mo contact peno and na your interviews edoso. Farouk Al-Wahab aja ebe mo ajo.
KOFI mejo so.
Yeah, that's a pa seriously, minister fire ba office na e be interview ye na ye ba. We won say it didn't come o kan mu eh this kind of ideas there actually yank ye dey tipempem ne dey HBO and very deep. Yeah, that's say bibia ye ba opunu mu a oje so. But institutions here make they omo contact say no person omo etimi e contact omo tumi
Al Jazeera for contact me.
Okay.
And they more or less decided say they giving me an invitation member or Kent office,
okay,
or UK.
Wow. And
I said about Doha.
Okay.
And I finished so School of African Studies.
Yeah.
So through some in KOFI they wanted to have me, so
okay,
they interview me on the subject.
Okay.
And I'm say, and I was also friends say,
yeah,
oh they viewer 4% they wanted to interview me live, but I'm requested for Hausa language, which I told you say I understand, but I cannot grant interview in Hausa. Even Chukran is my language, but and so there are certain things that you need a technical understanding of the language. In team, say if it's any other language, there it be a bit me. But so they go for fair or not. So I be more friends, and then through informal contacts, people get to me. But now I want to put on record say, my position. It's just like I'm a crusader, and I believe 100% so I'm a Ghanaian like any other person else. And I believe this is a fine country in one country in our war, so we can do a lot of things. I bit me their savage in the country without looking at where I belong to. Sure. KOFI, truly speaking, I belong to every party in Ghana, but I don't subscribe to any party in Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian, and that is, I want to remain as such. And let's do the right thing, regardless of baby or war. I think that is the most important thing as a country. I hear any country moves forward with patriotic heart or patriotism. So if you want to be very patriotic, then you have to be very neutral in your decision, something that affects the state, something that will enhance the progress of the state, and you must stay neutral, regardless of where you belong to. Either than that, now, I mean, Yakopo Krechi, say, ubesisri or mine. And that is what I stand for, say. I don't really mind. I don't care. I've told you, say, I've played with both corridors of power. Both parties are but we play with all the powers. But we don't belong to any of them, say, if you're doing, those people know me, who are not. I'm a friend of most of the past and maybe current ministers or all top hierarchy in the country, but none of them, I will beat Maka say, excuse me, my ban hokra say, my baji 1 meter of a gutter say me kwakoye, and I maji any state contract. Never have I done that. So it gives me a very independent and the neutral position to speak as a Ghanaian. So to those that maybe some of the comments are affecting, it's just genuineness, frankness, and then openness. I'm a very neutral person. I'm a Ghanaian, and I want to remain as such. And all of us should be very Ghanaian.
Before I narrow into corruption, you believe Ghana is 10 times richer than US?
Baby, Kofi, can Man American in natural resources are all. Kofi, God in his own wisdom gave something our country be at the beshen ho. Nyankopon onye esisi for. God is not a cheat. Kofi, between you and I, is there any country in this world, the whole world, one country be as a here into your auction country neither?
David.
But what be that?
David.
But individual be here na auction ne dying and I'm a.
That's true.
Ministry be here na etimi auction the properties.
Yeah.
But one single country in the whole world wide, the whole universe, say a here no inti country ne deka or indebted to other nations or indebted to other World Bank or IMF and all those bodies. And inti ni akoton country no by auction and muni ni pani e japadi no what be that? So it tells you say God created mankind and the earth and the countries and gave them XYZ called mineral resources. Was so and I say a what in room and I wa him so. Said this is the product I'm giving to this country depending on your geographical location and other things, other factors. Say fashion o mine, fashion in Kofono. Into how say obi o bako. Obi o how we bi. O man nim die. Wa man mineral. Wa man bibia. Coffee, ubi sa America and Ghana. America population is saying 300 million or 350 or so.
Yeah.
Ghana is saying, young call for say, yeah, 25, 20 cents. I'm saying say Omoboa is not true. Yeah, about 35. Conservative figures. Now say 35 million. Now America in mineral resources or one and no need him. But what I say?
Yeah.
See how good.
Yeah.
See how cocoa. And I'm a
That's true.
Okay. And your manganese, your bauxite, your timber. The richness out of it all is even your rainforest, the fertility and the fertile land. Obi or desert, Odia Banchu or Swenye. People's backyard in Kofu in my house, Midria Bibiana, it comes out. Into that land in Ukraine, it's also an A+. Into of vegetations. We need drought to say Niger, to say some countries, to say Sudan, ensure toho, your Libyan crew be ensure to once a year. Your other countries ensure to once in 2 years. But who there who a shadowed rainforest, rain season, anya media amount. Say June, July, August or amount. Obi mount, ye be February, across board. And talk kakra ani yesu, but obi ani the end talk right. What do we do with our rains? What do we do with our fertile land? And so one thing. Kofi share enema, lithium and all those things are on top of it, nyame aside the oil account. Into a country of 35 populated million, a nation of 35 million population. Now will be of 350 or 10 times or more than yours. We need these resources now. You can want them. But interestingly, say, Kofi, all these mineral resources that a country Ghana has, God in His own wisdom gave us in commercial volumes. Commercial volumes in nature say they are exportable volumes.
Cotton.
Yetimi cotton, yetimi yusubi. Commercial volumes. Kofi, your main backbone, any your backline. And I say, your mineral, your chief mineral resource that comes on the mind of anybody, cash crops, any other there. Obeka cocoa, and ameboa. And this as a country, Nayene, the second biggest producer of cocoa in the whole worldwide, producing within the range of 30 to 35% of the world total cocoa on the market. Now, why I say America, Ghana is 10 times richer than America. No? America as a country or consume 22 billion on chocolates or only cocoa-related products. Cocoa-related products. Yeah. $22 billion in America spending a year. And it's a 35% producer of cocoa worldwide. Strike the healthy balance between Cote d'Ivoire who produce 35%, Ghana produce about 33-35%. And to the two countries in Nkwan, it means that American total, that is only cocoa. And the Ghana take how much portion out of the American consumption on cocoa products. Say a processing or cotton in Japan and or by America. Say processing in or in Belgium or by America. No. Belgium does not produce cocoa. Holland does not produce. So the cocoa is coming from Ghana or other countries. The world production here was 30% or 35%. I drop and say 27. Conservative calculations. Next American took cocoa related products 22 billion. Send yenya out of it. And your cocoa. Talk about gold. For me, I've always said, say, gold, from economic sense, to me, any bigger economic viability is not economic viable product, but it is a product that has a value. Yeah. The viability, as compared to even normal drinking water, are certain countries around the world who import ensure. Now, in Chroma, since you're saying a ton a day, Nanipa do say a 2 gold a day. So, if even we are producing water as a country to sell to countries that haven't got drinking water, you are making higher margins more than, because look at our water bodies. You tell me bien water and sewage because I spilled over. And this was our problem. Let's talk about timber. KOFI share in timber bed. You have everything. The patriot yourself. Now KOFI, maybe say Ghana oil producing nation and I say Enyebia. See, I can't oil producing countries in all. And you bet my name a categorization, you bet me about 8 or 10 solid mineral resources that has a commercial value called cash. Either you sell it raw or you sell it processed. You process what the raw. Where is the value? Apart from that, in KOFI, human resource is also a big money. We say you're blessed with a youthful population under the age of 40 years, forming part of about 50% of your population. When you're a certain kind of marginal or sizable education, if not even comprehensive. It is our human resource. Now, what these capital resources, what these minerals is that back up? Now, America will depend on only technology. Will depend on technology. Most of the resources, na Greek, kakrano, Greek, yes, or you're farming. Now, the whole farming, when you're BBR, and I'm a boy, or no seedlings, and or the abidia corn, and I'm maize. Also, so no, corn no seedlings in an, a hair now develop no. Who BBR has it, backed by the rain, backed by fertile land. Nyanko KOFI onya wodeng. And if you quantify these volumes in terms of minerals, in terms of the human capacity called the human resources, that will back up to push and accelerate. Not so okase KOFI ehiawa. I don't see how we should be. Say America will scratch a no, because the population is 10 times than yours. But our hoto. Now our population just only a fraction of United States. Only needs our resources here, almost spending $22 billion on it. Only be or better. Now, I would the say cocoa and you producing your tonia. And Kaji a KOFI, I will say here. Yen Tani. Interesting thing. Japan Premier on a Chinese Premier or Ghana, I think, say under President Kofor time. I stand to be corrected, but that is the case. From where and how some of the interviews granted, also when he was touching down, he realized, Ghana, we have not utilized our land. Your population, you're saying, that time in praying for say 24 million. So, oh, send any Guanju crying your pay. And if you were to be a premier, because a question to him say, then a China to develop with these billions of population. Was this a Ghana and any country? And can obey develop ama the whole Ghanaian 24 million population in a bit Matran Greater Accra region with high buildings, Not the whole country ni nyina or the aye cocoa. And Ghana will be the most richest country in the world. This classical thinking. Classical thinking. So you don't need to chase any unnecessary things that we cannot. So those ones now away in availability in our hands, reachable. You want other things to support and back up to develop. Say our cocoa no. Now go to from Ofanko to Kumasi. Not one single serious farm. Not one single serious farm. Green bush. Open. Cassava 20p a year. Sticks in the CC hall. And no crowd and home. Never George I say. Ube do village baby no. Na cocoa, coffee, plantain ometwa gu hosa no buyer. But country be so produce plantain chips and all the country. Editua social welfare, education, free SHS na
plantain chips.
I mean coffee. Gambia is a poor country, but all the granite. They know apart from granite and tourism. But coffee is an interesting thing. These volumes of mineral resources that we have as a country. Your sister Lano. Yakobo Bosia $10 million a year jubilee, we jubilate. A year jubilee contract and as a jubilee loan a yakwa kunyana yen bo empayum for abason. The first 10 countries with volumes, bigger economies in Africa. Surprisingly, gateway to Africa. Ghana is the beacon of democracy. Ghana is what and that. Yanka 10 no. First 10 countries in Africa with bigger economy. Regardless of the population, yanka ho. Nigeria 1, South Africa d 2, Egypt etoso 3, Algeria etoso 4, Angola etoso 5. What did they mean? Libya, ho. I get me. Yeah. Ethiopia, Sudan, Kenya, and then Algeria. These are the countries, 10 countries. Ghana, Ethiopia, the 8th best in terms of economy. Kenya is ahead of Ghana. Kenyan mineral resources, tourism, and mineral resources, and agric. Kenya onto oil, onto gold, onto diamond, onto bauxite, only timber, only BBR, or rainforest, but on touching timber. But our first 10, into that so much talk show. Where is Ghana stand? That we claim to be the best. We talk, we speak. We exaggerate, we elaborate. Concentration on unnecessary stuff and talks. That is what is affecting this country. But the topic today, I believe you said corruption. So we'll get there. We're just an we're social illustration.
Sure. 1minute.gh.com for another story. You know, say what form or what type, and like I say, more point lines kakra. But mamimra your main topic and you raise I feel no kind of your Farouk Al-Wahab or your international diplomatic and business consultant. Very deep to the extent to say interview na Al Jazeera fresh per interview there. It tells you the gravity with which omode a sorting someone what they MIA. And my former this is the third time I'm in a interview. Me are na feedback no is so great. Enti ya say enwumre ni bedin komo. De ha Ghana pa corruption. De any corruption. Ghana betumi fight corruption da. Matenamidu is he the solution. Den ye betumi aye. Na ye de aboa ye ho as a nation. Na ye ho free corruption. Ye sha ase free he. Questions ni bebre. Amintwa no ho. Emra sisi ana yenwra corruption issues ni. Share video ma ayonkofo photo page na for enya bi entumi enhwe ba hye no so se wi a ubenya full video no ahwe ewo YouTube, just search 1 minute gh ewo Facebook ubenya video no ewo ho na watumi ahwe me twa me ho na afi yewura the serious issue a Ghana corruption. Alright, they try ho eba yes afraid no aka ho a ye ne Farouk Al-Wahab, business and international diplomatic consultant. And ye no interview. In fact, far political analysis so I've been only share now with him come about politics and you understand how deep he is with that as well. Corruption. Understanding the Ghanaian way of understanding corruption, the international definition. There are some who believe say what we call corruption and your corruption. Na ya brofo na ma in that definition. Ghana de okwa hemfia yemfa yensa pan nko ntu kwa hemfia na oma ohene nsa and your corruption. But the white man will tell you say ebe influence your hene no in a way in your favor into your corruption. And so we have our culture and we have what we call corruption. In your own definition, corruption, get us share prayer any day.
Corruption, Kofi, in my view, dishonesty. Say, undi no kwe. Either say, a particular system ni yebi hu, an ejume bi hu. Na say fraudulent practices. Proye, ejuma dibi and I say proye ni ama yebi. These are some of the things that a friends of corruption. Now, corruption is one of the major canker, one of the serious illness, disease affecting nations, affecting countries, emanating grow. But yet this Ghana as a country in India, this country has no problem in this world. I made an in-depth analysis. So be able country Okufia Duma say Ghana war national security challenger. Tell the person, he or she, even a security, whatever, they don't know what they are talking about. Country needs a problem. No, the problem that this country has to do with corruption and not only a national security dilemma. So if you want to fight it, near person country liberated, okay, liberated, free the country from all those kind of things there. Then the only thing that we need, because all forms of governance in this world, three major ones. Ghana practicing me and saying in Ebi. Ghana practicing capitalism, depending on when we want to cheat. You practice communism, depending on when we want to cheat others. You practice, your friends say, socialism, when we want to be free on certain things. It is all sharp. I'll describe your corruption no, as a faith, religious faith, to say you're quite sorry, and now you're called maslachi. That is the way the country Ghana worshipped corruption. And your corruption no, your faith. Wow. As a country, no. And that is the downfall of this beautiful nation that God has given us everything. Say Monjina Mundidi. Munya bibia, you need drought, you need famine, you need bibia, earthquake, you need be natural disaster, you be very few ones. Country bu or dear betchino, na country in a far pie no makosha form. We haven't experienced any of those. Nyanku put me see any resources on Ukraine. Your resources no, be need technology in Ukraine. Say aha, you know boo stop milk 4 days. What does it? Israel and Kraman, they import Kraman, so may you be our pra. Do you get it? So that is the kingdom, and the kind of Trinidad country in your room. And why are we poor, or why are we suffering? We are suffering because of this faith.
Describing corruption as faith.
It's faith. It's a religion. Corruption is a religion in Ghana.
Wow.
Corruption is a religion in Ghana. Now, me person me can on this radio. Without any fear or favor, without any reservation. If Ghana, the day we will stop corruption, I'm just asking the authorities and the country, one thing, say, the day one Ghanaian president, and for that matter, we are speaking today, and today the president of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, with Excellency Dr. Mumuni Mahamudu Bawumia, Omubaka said, any president that comes to this country will declare, no cancel the immunity that covers them. Immunity that covers them after their governance. Oma neutralize, they throw in the tower of immunity. And this will do some money. Now, your mistake. Now, the ministers, your mistake. No more continue with me back ebe answer, as it is done all over the world, in most countries except Africa. And Ghana is one of the leaders. Immunity na cover yen. enti say mistake ba on kwa ho. Enti if any president wants to tell me and tell Ghanaians across board say or per se obetwa corruption so a ye pese a ready in the diaries, and that president should go to parliament and declare himself say diplomatic immunity or immunity covering a president after he's done with the governance and then the presidency, no. Or be a Timmy money answer. Kofi, if we do that, we are free to go. We are good to go.
So Nana should start.
Nana should set the example because Nana preaches corruption, and I like his stand on that. But theory is different from practical. I'm expecting that His Excellency and his deputy, the aggression they put into corruption, alleviation, and solving corruption, no, they should solve it by way of introducing, declaring themselves first. Say Ghana president be from our time, no diplomatic immunity or no immunity covering them. After then, into 10 years, 20 years, baby or baby or that is the first thing. Now we can deal with the corruptible practices. Corruption if we him for neighbor. Presidents need to mean yes, but our right or they appointing the ministers or no me ejuma. Or appointing the agencies or no me ejuma. Or appointing the CEOs or appointing the board or ye BBR. A bus saying that minister be doing some money this car, chief executive be this car, agent be head this car, state corporation board head be this car. Na president who want take into no kotansia won ka ho o mom ye en de ka ho. But under whose watch? Under whose watch? And it means that you the president and your team, you the president especially because the country Ghana is given to you. That is why you sworn before Ghanaians. Say, I'll be faithful and defend the motherland, the country, the laws, rules, and regulations. And I'll not cheat on you and cheat you. I'll protect your purse. And yes, I'll be from Nominaka. And the hope from Kwame Nkrumah time. Oma protect the person there because onwa mo kwa yem friend man ye bibi. Now, Obi, yem share our public sector. Now a population of 35 million. Funny 30 million conservative calculations. Emu 2 million the whole nation. Epen or ye juma or government sector. Call it public or whatever, civil, put everything together. 2 million per rough estimations. 2 million. And I'm a boy.
Yeah, 2 million.
Okay. And you were about 32 million. And now 30 million, now 28 million now. Oh no, ayeden. Onfa enfriho. But these are the people holding or taking care of the country's purse. Come na buy new crowd wom. Na sha buy. So you teacher new or government teacher, so you police, so you military, so you Daniel, abai juma efu nyinara quantified, put everything together no. Omu na do man show msa and ya what the executive say. Omu na presidency, ya wa parliament bibia di bibia aka ho. Enti Kofi, say corruption e ba. Ehin na corruption ni fi. Say you Kofi adumami a wutu ameka. Yeah. Na corruption ni fi. But because our traditional faith, ye nyina sum ni ntino. If you so hot na bia kan be so akame. Enti yemi enu nyina join that religion no. Enti obi obenyi obi bia obu no. That is the dishonesty. Obi obenyi obi bia cheating. That's the fraudulent practices. So the corruption had come to stay. We preach about it, we don't act. Now here's corruption number 1. Yeah. Country ben and the way we are here. Yawu obine. Na ya ne birth certificate. And I'm a boy. Yeah. Nani pana benya 50 years. Benya 60 years. Or say a copy state document, let's say passport or driver's license. Bibi are required for birth certificate. Biba they say. What did the old mammy wo did near one 50 years ago by say yempe. We can't use that one. You hear new one. Do you know what it means, Kofi? It tells you, say, countries change the beauty of their documents, the beauty of or whatever, but it does not cancel out the old one or XYZ. They are corruptible practices, all public servants, government officials, baby a started free, say adwuma ho edin ya fa nipa ba ko wa adwuma ya fa na adwuma no Kofi na wawie university ana wawie maybe tertiary institution Kofi share say time of start adwuma no 27 years time in the past obi be university at 27 30 32 ana mebo Kofi say nipa ya ba ye adwuma 30 years plus was start year 27 what they can why say 57 ana mebo na ogusu ye adwuma what they say or started 27 years but young system which is 60 and some of retirement Kofi no abeye started 27 years abeye adwuma 40 years 45 Kofi ubakwa akofa ne record of work as a state official public official Kofi afe no owo 56 years or 4 years kura manasa ko 56 years no Kofi aneba panyin the first born 52 and I say 48 system in checks and balance because there is a certain birth and death administration Oma cost orchestrate say yempa the old birth setting because be reveal into every year biano every 5 years biano public officials Ghana government enim no mo call birth and death administration no akoyi ne birth set no asesa no asa de fofraba eni go fi obewie no obewie adwuma no a okọ pension at 60 no okọ pension 60 na the next 2-3 weeks na ne ma celebrating his 70th birthday the amano
magician
or a magician in the worst countries birth set obi anyin ko nanim no near there you reverse it like a Japanese car and that is where one of the problems
will that one be solved with this national identification?
Kofi, the national identification you have to produce a certain document. Yes, from there, from at birth.
Okay.
Na senka moye. Na me kire ekwan a yenye system na faso e developer na be religion. Ebi na me kire on say empanyimfo e wokum ha. The government of Ghana, presidents of Ghana, executives of Ghana, parliamentarians of Ghana, public services and public servants and all the civil servants, are they aware, say, this is the major problem, say, Kofi ebiti adwuma. Are you getting me? Yes, yam kura ni nya adwuma nye. Nipa baako wakwa adwuma. Oko no 27 years. Kofi 40 years. Afe no wenya 30 wenya ebienya 42 kura. Kofi edru enwumra ana no pa wakwa adwuma no. Omu secretaries, omu chair dispensers, omu chair chemist, omu chair your friend is a pharmacist. Or kwatnasi say ya in a basket load of medications bar. Obu oti insulin, kohese insulin aya wo more public offices. The secretary dan dispenser or one insulin. Na draw near the run num or num draw about 10 and san was start adwuma. Why no cheating? In the meantime, Kofi, the pension time is long overdue. On call. The pension time no apa on call. There is no checks and balances to know. So this man is not because take time or do you university. Now what is our sector also where you do 40 years over jumam. Because basa ye tuya ne car, the pension no, the lump sum near kabum ni na dear, and you refer 40 years no. But in the birth setting some correspond with 40 years. That's the corruption number one facing this country. Nanya be our president so many man now woman omunim wawie wajinisika
eya bora gbc kakra na kohade ho
Kofi abeye ni nyina
enkokora pa egu de ka ya example na mema no
wawie na ye law no sa kire ni say top executive ne certain positions ni nyina no opon adwuma no Kofi a ne salary and odi Kofi ana mebo ebi edu 28,000 Ghana ebi edu 30,000 Ghana ebi ebi 15,000 Ghana enu no odi Kofi ana mebo says kana odi Kofi no every month you tuanika Kofi in no time than 1 month all kono a chief executive all kono or your friend is saying or your assistant director and a deputy director na Kofi oko and that 1 month watching a salary watching a lump sum of a union boom sick and a pension watching in millions of money our they call month be say tuanica it be a 20,000 and 25,000 Ghana 250 million what they call every month go fi 1 month ni asama no consultancy fee agreement if an and free ba every presidency council of state recommendation for parliament and XYZ ni ama the consultancy go fi a consultancy no the salary are no obegin month bia consultancy salary na obegin higher than the salary na obegin enti etua ne side by side enti nipa ba kono ogi salary 2 times ogi 25,000 in pension ogi 25,000 aka na 50,000 every month meanwhile oko pension after the age na yino ho age ni yino ho wia or a consultant oba adwuma 11 no appoint wia 2 kofi nipa ba ko gi 50,000 na waje no enti sanka ye fa young boy a wati ho kofi adoma a waye university we a waye university tertiary polytechnics no ne 50,000 na ono nko age no you divide it by normal average salary for Ghanaian graduate was 800 Ghana money ada 650 banks in kwa bitua 600 enka ne salary ni nko ana waje no e betima fa over conservatively about 60 or more. People back up. Like I say, lead to unemployment, because that is the wickedness of the country. Wow. This torments my heart. And nipa back on salary 50,000, Chema how many students? I will school name the street of Accra. On top of it, sa papa na oji the pension fee. Also ne your friend is the consultancy fee. Kofi also 5 board so. Now if he could not do well while he was a chief executive or he was a deputy director or director, board no quotas or bedding. In any case, apart from Ghana and other call board 60 years, 70 years, 60 years, who tells you call Germany, call Holland, call America, call all the serious nations, Korea and Japan, call to young boy of 25 years, not a state institution, corporation, not in a board so. Mechanical ideas, technological ideas.
I think Ukrainian for money then.
Kofi, where we are. No one man call. If he could not do better during his time, he can do better time at work pension. We are so frustrated and Mrs. Wofi. As I come home. Now look at what happens. When they appointed board, any recommendation from the Council of State and the presidency. And it's a presidency of solve corruption. Go and solve first. My criminal department, CID, and call all the state agencies, them MDAs, the ministry departments and the agencies. Niyanko bring you all their age. Niyamusa time ben na we school. Yan for school mra. Put them in perspective. Time awaye adwuma. Any time or the year then ubun say disparities. Why adwuma 40 years.
When that happens, do we force them to go on retirement and I say criminal and I say
it's a criminal offense in any country. To induce your age is a criminal offense. To cheat a nation, that's where it begins from. Because if you watina ho, we depost, we disika. Now, what do as a consultant or not yet director, or not yet deputy director, or not yet chief director, or not yet deputy your friend is saying only any locus near command office. No, aside then kakai was I before officer because the chief director no be succeeding now and that's will be take over no. Or who person man respect. No church quiz. Who bring those people there? It's the same presidency. It's the same council of state. Who is the council of state? It's the government. Who is the government? It's the presidency. Have they stopped them? Nipa bako ewo board 30 ewo krom ha board 30. Ninya sanu kwa ye sen akofi ntimi nye kwame ntimi nye adwo ntimi abran ntimi nye. And you keep all your students at bay because they don't want you to come to the cabal. They don't want to be part of the league. Into your corruption, no, it is not a corruption, say a small joke. It's a faith and a religion. And a religion, in a way, say they worship it. Say when woman from a syndicate in a daho, change your birth set. Obia Until the state authorities have condoned and acknowledged, say, every 4 years, no are changing the date of birth. No are gazette, no are uniform, no are teaching because the secretary and then the Omina will be a all-inclusive party. Until also solve corruption now, young cohort. One of the reasons.
But age, footballers, so yeah.
Kofi, footballer, manning any age. Then the who will be a crowd walking stick or the bubble. So what would be that they tell me? It is a footballer and crowd walking stick or the bubble or bro no be jai. Never show. And now what you say? Or no footballer need any activity based profession. Or to make up. It was all 23 years are you yati. No 48. Anameboa. Ebi wa you. Anameboa. Oma semunka. Ye ka obi ote public office. No what cheating age. Now oji the consultancy fee. Oji the salary. Na ne time aso na onko. Na students nya adwuma nye. Na ono nko agi salary. Agi ne lump sum or pension di Kofi asa ba no abetra ho no sergeant. Kofi say president and say authorities more preach about corruption. We just say nipa na. It is the beginning. Because we've compromised with the system and compressed it and accepted it as a norm. And it's any panel, sika we sikadi, we sika wia. So he has become a very, 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 very sophisticated criminal. And what he now only shame and one for and this also who ma obetina ho now ba enya adwuma. Is there any corruption more than this? So if we are talking about corruption now, Mokano, if we want to define corruption, no, apart from contract inflation, so me inflated figures, apart from this, what say Omaka say corruption, no, president to be and executive be, I can the particular to what is the corruption itself. Have they been able to talk about it? Into I faith a general, a religion. Into a moment to me at the pot, what really is the corruption?
Okay. And number one, age, doctor,
officials, no, I induce you now, the public offices now, so munko. Ama students, Ghanaian unemployment, a honey free. So, sector near 2 million krana, ye pergia, ye benya biwum. And now, say excesses of money, and you put back on at a board bear 10 so. Nasa board no kran kran nya adwuma na ma school or more vibrant ideas no so do ko google board no be sukra to come out with the ideas na wutua ne ka board fee na Kofi, you are creating employment, not necessarily say we be see cassava market ama obi akoye adwuma. Any one. Kofi 2, everything that has to do with Ghana payment, everything that has to do with Ghana payment, call it project, call it contract, call it suppliers, call it whichever. Nina is centralized in Accra. Everything. Yeah. Your award contract. Yeah, 25-kilometer road, 2-kilometer road. Our Sankregwa, call it Cocoa Road or Feeder Road, whichever road it is. Now Obiti Accra, Wabone tie. Oma secretaries I dispenser woman drain be. Now was sign certification ya their brand no authorized payment. Now your treasury department I will bet me who say sa road way dem etisubi. Anyha yenye bridge way amokan yenye no ha. And if there's decentralized system and a region beyond district beyond what the correct information, the accessibility to go and have a look at the contract executed. I whole certification about abajizika deko. And can ko basse Kofi. Obi abajizika ko. Ye tuya neka. Finance if we tuya neka. Bank of Ghana din blue check we tuya neka. And so be koni enye. Kofi, enye corruption no. Enye corruption no.
Very.
What will be free? Na no akotwene ho. So they do this. Are they telling us we don't know where this thing comes from? They know. And to which sa omayo imagine say presidents opese also corruption and decentralize your payment system for contracts. Now automate the auditor general department. Now we team have a overall view within a minute to check and do the balances of those things people are claiming money are happening now. Now, Kofi, in recent times, you know, me kind the Ghanaian diary say during the transition period, change of government, then new government buy no, another government, na presentation of liabilities, government, a car or the suppliers, total of $11 billion. Now, people who have now said, so we will not allow these people, some people to wreck this nation, like the Auditor General today. Now I'm saying we will audit this. So who can be 5.4 billion Ghanaian cedis, 5.4 billion Ghanaian cedis. Now a waste. Either monies that have been paid for already, and that's a money you justify. And this you will relax official. I was all the tea. And can buy a nanka ship. Let's come in free nipa bako in free one ministries. Collectively all ministries say you could share near public and now say suppliers the government liabilities our government in Ibetia. Now 5.4 billion no 1.3 billion US dollars 1.3 billion US dollars Kromanka ministries no esa akogis kan akodi 1.3 billion dollars in Ghana akodi loan anya 150 million and yet 20 million on the parliament 20 million now ultimately 20 million parliament and 270 parliamentarians say quote about tie. Say a pass a bill, no that it radio so no my say a pass a bill. Oh 1.3 billion locally crow is him into Ghana in this country America. Sure. Do you get it? Yeah. Classical thinking. Oh 1.3 billion more kwakodi sa chedi. Oh crow is him. Now Ghana government ya swear the peg play mu. To some extent, sometimes president come. Near 20 million near the aba. We've managed to get to get this the Holland government, the this and that, they get near their mind. Utimuko Vietnam, you know, Mako Jilo, no diaba. Near gone. Oh, 1.3 billion eco SS waste. Now, Kofi, 1.3 billion. No? Say you gold, cocoa, 1 ton, $2,000. Do arithmetic, don't do mathematics. Arithmetic say how much in several tonnage of cocoa sikano and omuche diwahano. Corruption massive. Nipa bako na ye. Nipa bako na ye. Like if you what saddens my heart so much in say. She process Ghana dia tour as a country from Nkrumah time or post independence. E kwan ye fa so tua sika. Ema suppliers contract executives and now say my ye projects are must state Kofi e kwan ben ye faso ministry award the contract through the tender competitive tender brofo akese my wie ya certify ya clear obia win ya the project man Kofi the biggest problem they say Ghana award the contract na wa money mobilization 50%. Until the system is telling you so could this can free because 50% now we decajin Kofi want me near Juman because we are Juman and the profit no it's not up to 50%. It didn't know 50% mobilization. Does it make realistic sense? Oh many paying 30% is does that mean a contract now of koyeno obenya 30% profit and also onya into the come and 30% when the come and profit no edi into anya Juman. Is the state not aware? Is the presidency not aware? Is the council of state not aware with this common sense? Is the parliament not aware with this common sense? Are executives not aware with this common sense? When you are issuing a contract and you are giving a contract to, let's all go through the bidding process and let you understand there will be a winner. And then the poor country also needs ultimately will be 25%, 30%. Ebu akufi, ultimately 50% mobilization. And it's all the 50% money. A Jumana may profit in your 50%. And to medicate this can you may either shoddy job and I mean your cry. Now what Gia no aside this cano ako revolving factor. No one savia de no match. It is not a question of say make us a religion. Say me panun ko obedis can it's only him will be this cano. So give it to me, let me give it to you back. And they all share. But a basic corruption na bibi ba near the nipa baako.
And to say for instance, Opuni they say Abba Yeka Opuni. You think one person should not be singled out?
KOFI, what country does that except Ghana? Which country does that? Which country does that? Any form of corruption is corruption. Now, who are we support to here? I'm sorry, KOFI, Dr. Opini, or a bank?
David.
Bank of Ghana check, blue check, on an assign here. I'll condemn all things, any forms of corruption. But KOFI, the processes, the accountant or sign check in a way. The director of finance will process it your way. The auditor, the internal auditors. Be a signature also. It is only a chief executive crown. You have an authority that makes you a Ghanaian, so be a crusader and defend your country. Do you get it? Inteba, Doctor, where do you mean ye? Na koha, where do you mean ye? KOFI, that is what we call it. Say, civility or injecting civility into our system. Now, we jina mani ko we ko na ni nyina no. At the end of the day, it's kind of free. Some of them, a accountant general. Now, accountant general, no, if you in a call, and your minister of finance. Your minister of finance, na clearance accountant general entry. Na say no say free department, and that's a free corporate body, state corporation. Next can be do a minister of finance. Now, finance reform clearance to pay. Now, accountant general PR. A basi ya kochia. Near here nipa baku, hey, Dr. Opuni, fine. I don't support him in any case for whatever he's done if he's found culpable. However, KOFI, a nipa na ekan hu nyinara. All those who supervise that creation, all those who supervise that Mafiousans Act, who signed, who issued the check, who authorized payment, KOFI sound like Japanese approach, Chinese approach, German approach, American approach. And you nipa baku na ese nipa onto the country. So if the president tells me so about solve corruption there, let's bring into books. Nipa nipa bi example. So okay, test case scenario. Dr. Opuni na anasem na naba. I'm sorry. Me ya say basa wo msusu no ma jam no mti court ni do makotum. Tell the people that you did with. Tell the people who authorized the payment because he cannot pay himself. Because the system doesn't pay himself.
Serious. Abuga Pele instance, they say them. And the buy or see you mini godfathers in tea and obia mom and hobby and the me aquacotum.
KOFI onka only their sentence in a uncle. Onka more no me and uncle for mecan.
That should be the case.
This is the worst case scenario. Intika, no cardia roll on with the punches and then go and serve your sentence. But I'm saying, say, we are in this country are so kind enough, Nyanko Pa Boying. The method and the process I do risk I did trace man when they create the final payer when a Bank of Ghana and Amebwa. Now the blue check in the they have the authority and the right also to investigate before they finally pay, regardless, irrespective of recommendation and our signatures are a free Minister of Finance regardless of any signature a free Accountant General Department ever. The system is done anti-clockwise. The opposite way is Auditor General Bebema near trace can you post. But on map before other countries in Auditor General before. But the Accountant General need to we are. Not a bar. What year we know? Not 1 year time near the files now come Auditor General Department. And tia be the could do no mom this can be a wuko. Anamebo. Maybe I day. Where wuko, Okako General ni grave. Now could in a mouth, could in an animal. Let's cannot Nako. And what the test is there. Long as the chief executives, long as the ministries, ministers, agents, departments, any women and chief directors, KOFI only any party say me no. They are tempted, or they could be tempted. And this a balance a payment to be bar. You share the due process. And they say in a case now by say 27 counts, no. Yeah. How many contracts now call Attorney General Department? Payment solicitation of clearance for the payment. Echo Attorney General Department from time of all the past presidents. Attorney General so I clear. Now KOFI this is the timer. Yaya lucky the last two governments. Yenya vice president in the name in the person of His Excellency Pakwesi Mr. Atta. No Bank of Ghana governor. Wabeye Ghana vice president. Into a process how money is paid. I'm sorry. Were they able to stop some of them? They didn't. Until your account will be a how Ghana money is paid. Bank of Ghana governor knows how the process, and they have the power to investigate, not to pay or to decline payment. Ensanko Finance Ministry, Ensanko Accountant General. Let's start the. Do they do that? They don't do that. So they don't purge the system. Luckily today, your president Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo, fine man. Are you getting me? Yeah. Not an attorney general. He's been a foreign minister, he's been an attorney general. And to him, the processor, some of this contract and then clearance and payment, about attorney general, the report to him, they come and sign a finance ministry, be okay with Timetria. And yes, sir. Yeah. Supported by the able Dr. Mumuni Bawumia, who was also a governor of Bank of Ghana, Anameboa. Yeah. And with these two people, are running the process of how Ghana money is paid finally, and how the process goes for clearance with the Attorney General Department in most cases, interpretation of some of these contracts, any the do's and good pros and cons, international ones, and even the local ones for advice, Attorney General Department advice. Obviously, we better solve corruption, and can these two teams the Kenya badu. Oh, of course,
we have the best team now.
I'm saying it's Attorney General. How all this kind of these cases never echo. International we Attorney General. Dr. Mumuni Bawumia or a bank of deputy governor, capable, strong man, intelligent, economist. And also him said the process now Ghana has schedule. They call it the schedule of fraudulent practices. The syndicate. And we don't need to go far. Block it.
Is it that easy? What can Ajatum say acquire fit?
No, we start from somewhere.
Acquire say edu baby yes, or your president, or your vice, or your governor, or obi ne piano de ko si ho. Contractor bi na de ne sika boa no campaign time. Obi na sponsor a cars na e wo ho no, a ye de ko nkuriase ko ye campaign, obi na to ye de be chair party no. Enti ya but deliberately sometimes omutimi sheda aka say contract we o mo fama we say be ya obetumi ateneka obo party no ka ansa na ye ba ban mu, and that has been the circle.
And then it's religion. Kofi on a religion no. A honey religion no. But even look at it from that angle of the party and there all over the world, one way or the other indirectly ebi fem and answer oho. But to some parts Kofi, we're talking about the payment. Now your inflated figure. Accra Kumasi Road yanye. Dry and Kwanta water Bechem Road yanye. Now will be a Timaja certification. Now officer be Nkofia Road. Treasury Department mean certify. Yan solicit opinion. Now Bank of Ghana be to say no. You be trace we say you need the final authority na this carnation in Yama one official and term non coherence how road nkwa set to say. Always red flag. So no, we will not accept this. Yanko who road no. Na Minister of Finance be so ti Accra. Na minister no say wa ma me ne field officers entima ankohwe. Na accountant general so agye no so ti Accra. No so nim baby a road no no otua. Kofi, are we telling ourselves say Ghana presidents they don't know this? They know. The problem is that we know where the problem is. We know the corruptible practices and how it begins and where it comes from. We know how to plug off. Of course, you cannot totally eradicate. You can't totally delete. It is not possible. You have an element, our system. However, do the necessary thing. Making sure and tempting or trying to say you eliminate it. So if you manage your corruption, see 70% reduce the volumes of that money. You don't need to go to any frontier with any plate or anything. You don't need money because the Auditor General recently blocked payment of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis, $1.3 billion. Ghana government or parliament loan almost signed bill parliament to pass a bill on $20 million. Are you serious as a country?
Serious.
Are you serious? And our officers also 2 age so and our system are compromising. and the presidency, the council of state, the executives nso to and no mama obia omdu obia to board so a obia to board nso kofi ko no ma deda they sleep on the board
so mo yankokra
waya akokra because ofi adwuma msisi ano oja at 60 but owi adwuma na 2 weeks time was celebrating the 70th birthday ewo Alisa hotel won kwache no possible obi anya 58 years the bar celebrate 45 years what do you say na nyame mfa bone ma omu wu a obekọ no na obituary no notice na boss 74 obi a weje adwuma or retire at 60 2 weeks ago owi a na obituary na 74 are we not magicians?
Is it to say the punishment the ma nipa ye be chiomo for corrupt practices no enye deterrent enough mo obi ahu se ma na enye anase ya na ya yese ye ma oman no nkoso ye be wie sika ye be ma oman no e de apini ewo corruption
asa kofi enu na me che say I will not subscribe and prescribe the methods by some other jurisdictions or other countries, i.e. China, for instance. Udu omzika no mcha, they hang you.
China.
They hang you straight away. Malaysia will hang you. Other countries will be 90 years. Other countries will be 75 when you're 90 years. German folk are chini dinu kushim. Obi 100 years. Japan for the need to over corruption or 60 years ago when he was a public servant. Na ye dey na me chos eba say no me no mienu e say Dr. Puni eni adongonya sa na me ka kofi na nya reho okofes ka no hin ye musa omo mutua ene say nya bia no mo ye den what was the due diligence and this year chenu pa na say country say president so be convince me and Ghanaian leaders past and present so be convince me to corruption as here me pa cho ye mfa we test case 27 counts no all the people collectively obi oye involved beyond all of them should move in a batch. Wow. Nyanya the French system yam form shati mobom nyehu say these are the men into cap punishment in say enough because people are there and they will support every system bia especially most of the chief directors every corruptible practices bia orchestrate starting nyina but kofi at the end of the day yachi nipa na onka ho report on Kaho. If you want a certification over inflated figures or they say inflated by ye. When a certification, when a certified. Who you a certification officer, our accountant general department, I said the ministry, our do project. Now all the report about say Jumani there, top class, why you need near Trianica. 3 years later, then the audit comes to say no, Juman Koma Yomjis Kenny dear. Nani pana internal sa issue say on near coaching. What about the person who certified C in Trianica? What about the person who issued the check? What about the Minister of Finance? We a minister and I sudden could you have to go to jail? If you're a minister and now man that clearance and our ministry called this kind the finance minister, the sector minister, all of them should go with the person. So you don't pull only Opuni before the court and go and put him to jail. Put Obia, and there are several of them judiciary even involvement in them. Several of them. Several of them. There are several of them Kofi mandate authorization to pay the money comes from the Council of State. Authenticated and authorized payment by Council of State. Instructing the Accountant General or recommending the Minister of Finance to pay. So the country must be prepared to sacrifice. And the sacrifice is that we have to look out. We have to just close our eyes. What is the mission? And then let us stimulate the conversation as we are doing now. Let us educate the system. Let us inject civility. Let's tell ourselves the way we are looting this country. No, we don't just only bring that kind of Coco Mini stories and those kind of their gypsy stories. One person their channel. Can one person pay himself? No. The corporates, the cabal, the league, all of them must come at the same time. Kofi, cleverly, I wouldn't, and I've never been interested to take any public position. But if I had done something like that, in matters like this, Kofi me dan ka me nkwa me nko jelo. No way. Ye nyina yidibi, ye nyina yonko. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
In the test case for Dr. Mumni Baumia, Waya Jumo Bank of Canada, test case for His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, intelligent man, Waya Attorney General Eda. Into him process no. Into him who says BBC Coco border. Now Dr. Punino or board. You are the chief executive.
Yeah.
The board are there to formulate policies, strategize policies to give him to work. So some of these things, you know, board only aware and only aware. The powers not also from the board, and collaborated by the management. And the management member be aware anything to do with of Dr. Puni's saga. On Subeko, board member be also has anything to do with that saga. On Subeko. Now, I'm going to nipa bakwa. O ma kenina goodbye teacher. Salute arrivederci. No ma kwa kotenefi. Near the back pa kwa kotum. Kofi there yan so be we ni na roba kono. O mu nyina asori o mte platform so. Obia church or elder or church. Na kofi sa country we see. This corruption we no. Kofi ni be ya bit my. Na ye imam any ye malam any pastor ben achi na sorry after say papa braha. What the country it is kafakom what be da yen be da
the prophets na sha say ncheche
prophets no e ho na person wo man no bi a obewu ho asem na otinna ma so hu ma me bi an scarf a dada bi an na bra o he papa bi an ne shirt wo hwa ne singlet e ne shirt kwa tim say nipa ne hia no problem me afre no wo ye by for no abejan no aka by for no bi auto platform no so what the country is can billions wo hu anka o prophecies no wo himfa. Why is it? Why is it? What this what recognition? And it is in the Bible and in the Holy Quran. Said the country, the citizens. So it is the same way of having punished and taken out from the mouth of an orphan. Yeah. And in most cases, at the end of the day, they should not forget. Said the country, the God gave the minerals and gave the money to the country to take care of the citizens. And to be able to take his car, what take country, what book country be car when you're free. You won't get a scot free. Until I brought from the Roman device method, regardless of whatever position you're doing, immunity in cover until now to solve best of corruption. On declare immunity, non declare say. They say President be our tenure, BB basin, now can't be a cofa. So one can with you are not one man, yes, they are not prepared to solve corruptible practices and corruption in this country. Because you to me yet. Because one will nipan serve under you. Have you heard this before? So let us purge the system.
Charles Appiah-Fobi was say I cherish this man. He's saying it all. We say those harsh punishment will stop others. Okay, we message you know a costro. We say our bad leaders in Ghana are the ones letting Ghanaians suffer because their own selfish interests. And I'm a say nyankopon any woman any yausu and what they buy. Was say bisano about Woyomi money, Larry George. Okay.
Yes, our answer.
Was say Kofi NPP should do this biometric registration and minimize the aging corruption. It's long overdue. I'll know they and no buy. Was say okay. I remember way so was say these people and was it these people and think like me. I don't get you. I don't know whether you mean authenticity yeah Beliala. Okay. Was say I know sooner someday our youth. Oh, I mean right down saying was say the law must start from those leaders. No one is above the law. FT Fatiko. Was say corruption in Ghana. Yeah, dear. I say it means Sabda Wadams. Zacharias and what they buy. And I will say, you're not serious or my Ghana at all. Christopher Freeman, Jesse. Was say leaders dare to sleep. We free Bonaz West Trinity. We say Areho Cecilia Ajemai. And we say no crow corruption or say I was some our Ghana and yes some Jeffrey or say Usu. Was say and the Okano Cecilia Ajemai and I say Akufo-Addo was the most unsuccessful Attorney General in Ghana's history. What intelligence has he got? He is so clueless about governance. He just wants to be president. Ekuya Hene YGH. Ekuya for Adansi Abra na menkenka Adansi na kahuna. Allah Oda say NPP should do this biometric. Okay, we message you my kind of that. We say board no. You create wo mo say omomra na omeka mum no mo nche no mo nni. Ghana de no kro shito country kai bafo champion eno de eno ebaye. We say the o kind no kro we support you. AK scholar. And we say Kofi 3,000 times mention okay Efia Ousua. Thank you Kwabena Teria Intiodru eno de by. We say I support you 100%. Keep telling the truth. Ya maybe show Charles appear phobi. We say thanks my dear. Okay. Obasewa Boateng and was I like this man a lot because he speaks the truth. PH. Was we need military coup the tar and then here Faith Nana Kwame and was a biscuit in my opinion on your page but you blocked me okay and if Ibrahim ho and we say NPP should do this biometric okay I remember from her was a coffee catch and say we don't want any US based our country how PH and what they and no and was a military rule or big time revolution and here Azuma Ibrahim was a from a few rago papa me penasem pa was it Kofi why there and interview idea by a show Australia Hackman Kofi Amwakohene was it no question papa we see assistant din free our hub near friend wisdom we free case of a Bia Makati ho was a military rule na the one here and the best Isaac Dafo and I say mabunu no ese sorry o Ghana na Ghana sundodo eninti ese mabunu no ye sorry na afi ye de yensa eye adwuma use our hands to work and pray okay kwabena abrokwa was Ghana we are ya and ye ho abayifu ya na ye ho our own enemies Cecilia Ajimai was say wow we dey emudopa wo kama dwen papa corrupt leaders we free Bonsuri Mac. And I say this man should be the advisor to the president of Ghana, Nati Kledo. I say these borders are created to create, loot, and share. Bafwe champion. I say Kofi, please, KSM share interview. What's up? I say, oh yeah, the interview. He needs his contact. Okay. Samira to Zurich. Mate, Samira area, I'll contact you. I say Kofi, did our leaders if I should tell you interview two na ya no baby platforms am also in fact with speakers of parliament and penifo a we discuss these interviews it gets far we pray say something is done quickly and quickly as possible was say papa way or your definition of wisdom and common sense working encyclopedia we free Buna Black Hole and what they buy wait me show our America AC Felicia and we say Kofi please read my multiple comments why akasanoma they here we say it's time to really punish people if possible kill people for their deeds because and then they are between aboy western world no hey oh ma onya sa crowd e braso say so ye sha ase na ye bi Kofi kunadu and what they buy we say yenchi wo ne mu nyina faith Nana Kwame messages no dos making can be as we move on but no because kawoyomi asem no someone is saying military base someone is calling for corporal punishment let me get your take on these issues now me limit yaba I say corruption no apart from kese no e sha say free somewhere udru airport ye jo udru police barrier ye jo okope school kwan ye jo opa adwuma ye jo religion no and me name say small churches there
yes okay mami take
me fruit water na me ya dry
Kofi mami take you on Wayomi
yeah.
Alfred Agbesi Wayomi
yeah.
You see how strong our fighting this case up to this stage
up till now and it's strange because I thought same people buying what them that
Kofi I listened to His Excellency Nana Addo 2012 campaign.
Yeah.
Nana Addo said, Wyomi's issue, not my time. Okay. There were a lot of talks at that time by the opposition party then, MPP. Said they will take it. But the point is that, and then the Makani said, if we want to, why means one person said that I'll fight the system? What he's doing that he's just fighting the system. Do you get it?
Yeah.
And the system cannot fight him that much. So our judicial system itself, to some extent, with all due respect, has that kind of element of that religion. Because in another breath, your judicial system near her. In another breath, the judicial system near her. Compromise with the system. So Kofi, here ni be no judgment in this country. No poor person. So the judicial system has also compromised with the corruptible practices. And if you have money, I'm just bringing back to the Wami saga. Yeah. If you have money and you have good lawyers, you have money to pay, you can fight Ghana system and do not go. You won't go anywhere. You will not go anywhere. Kofi, you won't go anywhere.
That is serious.
That is how it is. Kofi na obia di, obia ko wia cassava. Obia wia plantain one bunch. Ni amani 3 years. She speed their judges di omoko. Me my example the other time. About on 50, tomatoes 50. When yes can try and buy what they are told draw and a banner that Jane say 3 years, 2 minutes near we. Now obiti says we 50 million Ghana, 50 billion Ghana. Oh yeah, okokotwa. Ya man 3 years. President Sabe Krum ha emu hwan nema immunity. Emu hwan nema presidential pardon. Other than presidential pardon fama oma area telephones. No mafia no case in the correctional issues. Corrections can change them just to correct them. You don't put them in maximum jail. Including quarter jail now. No we are phone back on or to couples no ha. No a question and to work 80 years with jail there. The boys now and they educate them. They have to go and do the robbery and go and feed them back. Therefore, obi a only 1 billion. Now then a corner. You are tarnishing my hard-won reputation. Criminal reputation, you call it a reputation. My hard-won image, stupid image. Why from that image? Why from that reputation? Who gave you that reputation? Is criminal reputation a reputation that you have to thank yourself? And the system should tell you and I say, and then the Koba say, Obiadi country nisika that is meant for the whole 35 million populated nation. Not say any power man in 2 years. No be a cassava. Baku now woman in 5 years. And to Wyoming issue back to the answer is that who were the people who instrumentally, legally, loyally, cleverly, intelligently per accounting ledgers are authorized payment? Wyoming or bank? Wyoming or bank? Okoye is can be bottom. It's kind of passive process bank. A him fan was started the process. Who did the certification of Wyoming's work? Who did the authorization of Wyoming's work? Where was the money paid from? Was that the Ministry of Finance? Who paid the money? Was that the Bank of Ghana? Were we having governor at that time? Were we having accountant general who realized said yes, Ejumame, that by the constitution, the accountant general has every right and authority to decline payment, regardless from whatever ministry, because he is appointed by the president. And the commission of the constitution gives him that power to decline payment. Oh yeah, na. Why we can have bank? Or now bank no hoka. The money went through Bank of Ghana. One and governor Bank of Ghana. Then also yeah no. And to Ajis can say okay, me dey body. But me no more between. Because certain people, the law, the judiciary, the court is not going to that side. Let's go back to that side. Go to all those who collaborated with that effort, that criminal act. Papa, Brazil President Lula, one of the most industrially minded kind of a president, only move the development agenda of Brazil. So 8 years. Just one contract. Kickback, a hit, no. Or 8 years. Christina of Argentina. Africa, Hebiesida. Africa Biesida, Chiluba and Wanawasa issue. One President Chiluba, his own party, to send another Konwadiama, Dr. Mumuni Baumia, or yes, when you do Furiana, Wanamasa Kochi Chiluba din Batum over corruptible practices. As I say, at that time, I was under you. I couldn't have arrested you. But Zambia, we are cancelling diplomatic immunity for presidents. I'm sorry, I'll arrest you. Or tormenting us 2 years. Watching a 2-year jail, or and a heart attack or dikunu. This is how the country means serious business. Ko Tanzania ko de mpoha all Tanzanians.
Sir President, no yanko suane. Yes, or yen.
Are you listening? Are you listening? Kofi, I'm a consultant on the continent. Some presidents are serious now. Serious nations. I'm telling you, some presidents are serious. Ko mpoha. Ko jina report na Ghana minister who took kwine. The special assistant. Ono amodwuma no ntimi nya the special assistant the beden. The secretary. Na kwa akɔhwɛ hotels a omoda. Na ono amon kwa susu tu kwan a. Na ono akɔgye. Se de no omutu kwan. Kwa ba bi order. Obetim ne secretary kwa the special the driver kwa beda dan back. But ono na eya idea state dia. Ope 5 star. Kofi hwa na wo ye no. Loyalty na wo country no. Dedication na wo no. Who swear day? So Ghanaian officials, when they are commissioning them before the president, document it, yes, you're giving attitude because they are all criminals. They will swear. I swear in the name of God. I swear in the name. Why do you swear in the name of God? Go back to your office and wreck the nation with their money. Now we call Kolibua, Kofi, sadly, Oba or young pregnant woman, you didn't go theater na SNM mami to pure water dinechi. Now one person do $1 billion, salute. No I catch and say. You're tarnishing the reputation. I could feel the Mamusma platform, no my better radio, so no, I'm so okay. Far from that. Into a corruption. Radio media for most assuming Edem Wabe Johnny religion because your media for ni be or no granting interview crana. It is left for a class 1 boy to ask that question because your tone question now will be son and there are 7 in your country for at so. What I said, the punching questions. They should come and meet person like me. I'll ask them. Kofi, one day I bet man to media stage you chrome hand. People will lose their pants. Because I'll ask you classical questions. Because country is ruled by common sense. It's not by your intelligence. It's ruled by wisdom. It's not by your intelligence. And I said the other times, intelligence is acquired. Wisdom is a gift. They should pray for gift, for God to give them wisdom, not to depend on their intelligence. Why me? Me say, before I say I didn't become, obi o three assess can be gia enkom. Anko Attorney General Department for clearance of payment. Eh? Yeah. Into onye den. Into onye den. Why are the attorneys? Minister of Finance, why are they? Attorney, Accountant General, where are they? Bank of Ghana, where are they? One forming in Amijina before we did that with that case. Anyway,
one day, me dream why na with sika volumes a call man for bottom what it could have done for the country. Now show me to say Rwanda, Nanu ya
Kagame,
their country.
Kofi Kagame, God of mercy, Kofi Kagame. Me say, release 100 students. Our Catholic University in California. Our year astronomical related courses. He's building Rwandese to go to the moon. And interestingly, not for the consumption of the public. A Ghanaian lecturer and a lecturer in engineering at some of these universities in California. A professor from Ghana, a young professor, Gillian Mills. Gillian lectures Rwandese students. Paul Kagame go to California and have a handshake for training my boys. Now, Kofi, Enya Areho said, 35 million populated nation who produces the world quantity of cocoa, 35% in billions of money. Now, a farming community, cocoa producer ben and a birthday chocolate to that. Enya Areho. Cheme cocoa farmer ben and a birthday chocolate to Chrome Hada. And we common sense. Intelligence in the day hini.
Mo koko no what a friend abano ho.
Onim de di koko ni de, onim de di koko ni ye. Onim say seed no, ya beto no ansi ya beto kura kwa akoto agu. Kwa kura se wo kobu sankran se koko na papa do na adikan. Ya de kwa do se minim. But akura 2 years, e started do koko. 2 years, 3 years na bi do koko ho. Oni chocolate da no ni bi susu da. Good school eni the community. No mo fa bi su nko hoda. Na maka say country so on your corruption there. Identity public schools. What am I grading public schools? That is the biggest corruption that faces every country in this world. Private school belongs to the private. It's up to who can be able to afford. But a public school, a buying school. na ban subsidize no mbo aye nyina no no wa grade A grade B say do grade F now the farming community now produce country ni sika no school be our farming community be a secondary school SHS grade F grade E grade F and they are planning starting the life from you are grading grade F. So the system is telling you, so you don't come to the grade A. Before, so be free F do A no. No abre. So the next alternative for you, go to the Sahara Desert and go and die. Or go to any other place. Na koye juma na wia wasa baha then they sit, welcome. Until the Omshani said, the destiny of the nation, I won't call for bargain. KLM basic former. Custom officer be our debi awonyane. British Airways, yes. Obi awada obenyane. Me patch me boa. Now we national edit 2 bags. 2 bags. Go there, papa. Go there. Hey, go there. Hey, mommy, go there. Enya ni yehu na airport. Na we do Broni airport a. O fa bag with speed. Ya na ferry kra ma. Yan stop na de ere hanti. Yan stop kra no akogina ho. Ye mi o bag. Because Kofi, you've compromised with the system in your country before coming. But because the destiny of the country cannot be in the back of who country with citizens what sabotaging what severe no one man call grade F school no akot na bonting no akot survival 5 years 10 years 15 years and no book 3 bags after 15 years of living Ghana utim ko the bag him so on to your duty confirm fan yes ade no now be the $5 billion what's the mean yana now tarnishing the reputation of your president Omunimana. So I don't Kofi Aduma, I don't get the whole system. And it's so it makes you can understand. This is one of the richest nations not in Africa, in the world. In the world. Saudi Arabia oil. May say Kenya ha only the 9 best economies in Africa. And then tourism and agric or ton flowers Emma Holland government. Flowers. Chem de Kenya produce all good. Sudan, all the cotton. Oil and gas. Nagana yentu oil ni biwaha, yentu gas ni biwaha. Sudan o cocoa, Sudan o gold. Libya o gold, o cocoa. Only oil and gas. Do you get it? Yeah. Angola then or diamond oil and gas. And one will be BBM. Well, fit best economy in Africa. Prudent policies, clever policies, selfless policies. Country Rwanda, how do we call it? Country Angola. Savimbi, so Jonas Savimbi hold over 25 years rebellion activity going on was resurrected come out from that rebellion situation as a terrorist nation. How the country was subdued, almost resources in the bandits from the UNITA bandits. What rise up the fate in Africa. Algeria, they know only oil. Egypt, they know about 3, 4, 5 mineral resources. Nigeria, the 2 per and echo. On the one thing once say on pay BBA only oil and gas. Country Nigeria only the first economy. South Africa oil only oil. South Africa only gold. And they are called human resources. Human resources. Sharing resources are only the second best, but in terms of even GDP per capita, South Africa is the highest, 13,000 US dollars per capita GDP. South Africa. And to look, countries are when you break, so a person will be money mine or man and call for Honton. And how they when all these resources, Kofi. Now still. Or pregnant woman, at pure time they are in operation. Now, official of Minister of Health officials no mugulan kusem. I go for your regional hospitals, district hospitals. Kolebo you may go for your curtains board and will be that's why I mean neighbor at the hospital or the board so. And to no baby na osha ne ba na oyare no nso anya pneumonia ne ba no hoton no nso kowu. Why? Aden. Kofi Aden. Can't we get one person say, I'm selfless. I'll purge the system. I use myself as an example. So all of us should go. And then there is a coming of Impoha. Okay. That is a coming of Impoha.
Hey, Tanzania.
Yes. The convoy only 3 cars. Only 3 cars. Only the secretary Traka Bakum. Morales of Bolivia. Neka Yipia. Onwa Timisi no Dinsu Ogum. Opia neka video be better and no use opia. Do you understand? Now all this collaborated by our father laws. Yes, say the lawmakers of the country, our honorables. Omunina shishe kut. If on top of it, or when you hit or the social front, omu the only young is coming in a kofum confused. O must have frustrated or make must account. Frustration. To my frustrated Ghana from Omirum in account. With all this money, maybe they are to private investment. The bushing of phone, maybe name the money. No, I say word Jahonas Kanaka. I'm sorry, Obia Beko Nyankopon boss Iwiasesa. But look at the kind of illness and ailments, diseases ekumomo. Obia Beko no tinitable echi. If you do we are go to their offices. Na skana we dini nyina echi no. Ya sam man induane a wontimi ni. Toasted plantain any yam. Is a punishment and a Yankopon de ma. Ube yes kana koto betu be aduane abedi. Toasted plantain. Because Dr. Akacho said that abedi rice no bewu. Do you get it? God is not stupid. Do you understand? Yeah. Almighty God is not stupid. Or say, I've given these things to take care of the people. And if you take it from them, it is just a punishment of treating or more treating an orphan. It is in the Bible and Holy Quran, collaborated. You pay. Because the first punishment God says, Obi oye janka, or an orphan idea, Nyakopon say, ne wrath. The anger, that is why God, they will not let them take the money down.
Now, corruption, when you say they were riches, Ghana,
Kofi na country business, Kofi ska there do. Kofi wants a guy. Kofi ska do. Nobody says you need on my a beer a sika for an asibinya. Nyankopo amuye nyina pepe. So oji obi esika. Obi o crew hem nyina near someone starting a park of obi benya bi because obi anim said the nyame bo wiase. But I'm talking about on the scale of what belongs to us and all of us and who deserves what. Can be said Kofi obi an a pension time so manin ko next to his salary na itimi fa nipa 200 nipa ba ko salary oji board or the board ma ko 80 so waji salary wasaje consultancy salary. In other countries of the world, US, America, Germany, all the advanced nations, Japan, all over. So what is salary? Next, our pension. Near for a consultant, you for salary in amount. So you pay, you receive only the consultancy fee as your salary. Until say consultancy fee be end no. After you be say resume salary now with the Kofi as pension. Ahasa nye na debi. Ni panwa for the consultant. Na Kofi. Yes say why then? You are keeping them there because of our experience. Kofi aduma menya experience wo ho. Na Kofi owura ni na Ghana country ni drano ensu ofa country na ni akogia ni cemetery. Mr. Kwesi Bravo na country ni yewu. Have you ever seen that before? Nipa ni wu experience no yakoyiwo free na dakam. The experience now also they retaining one man consultancy fee no. Consultancy experience no. Where you call. Say experience will Ghana stop. So you don't need them. You don't need them. So Nana, please don't extend anybody's contract. Don't extend anybody's contract. Because Nipa Baku give 50,000, 60,000 Ghana cedis. And already Kofi every month. 60,000 salary, no, which is 600 million. Yeah. Take an average employ students. Employ, give employment. Nipa Baku salary to me for the pay 60 mom year juma. 60. And he say Obi first 60. Well, Mami Shawade. There were areas we didn't deal the other time. Interestingly, what KOFI National Service, over 250,000 students comes out as National Service operative personnel. Now, do Omako Jinijina Kwahu. So, Omon direct car. Who already the State Police Department are only in charge for roads. So, say, KOFI National Service boys, no. Omjis can catch police for. Kofi Nyomwa. Were frustrated in the first place, a real loginason. And to Anjan Kotopa Setama Emfa. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Set that one aside. We a country who say we need logistics. We dey fight criminals. And I'm saying, say, Ghana does not need a combative police military to fight criminals. You need only intelligence. And it's a 250,000 national service operatives nearby on the street. For 50,000, 1 year no bedi no, 10 months no. For be my Ghana police ID. Never be my military intelligence. Never be more other you know. Because at the end of the day, still a utia o mukana meboa. We didn't ko jina ekwema utia. Enti man intelligence basics. Owie 10 months na. Okoni fee. Until every 10 months, there were 50,000 people in the country who have acquired minimum or basics of intelligence monitoring. And it's a police and faka and kokrana. Out of the 50,000, ubenya 25,000 of them are lawyer. Omina neighborhood. And to obetimahu the security alert. Obetimahu say, we say you know the suspect into our national service da. Yeman idea we or monitor when we say no. Kofi entisanka time and national service akoso every year biya we develop 50,000 investigators rather than so dom kogu street so rather than so dom kwa SNET archives now we punish you mu ehye files we mpia girls mpia and boys mpia kofi omu nyina because you take them there to punish them. That is how it means. Knowing very well say at the end of their service and mo fa one na system bay na obetima fa nipa 200 do mako go SNET na the whole 200 na garbage out on fa ba kokra na hwe fraudulent deals as SNET for ye hwe payment a omuye into that payment untimi retain you so won wo baby abetima mo ma ye adwuma say national service there then you should have a place for them also to work. Do you get it? Yeah. So abetima nya baby amana ye adwuma there you should have a place. And the national service, their fans say torture. Then the corruption back again. Penny Ben and about the hotel or the village, uncle. No more money started to here. And the farmer and the bank called grade F now could do polytechnic and also I call back to grade F school. Do you get it? Yeah. Into the pampering habit, the league, the syndicate, ya formal. Headmasters isusu afebi na Kofi obi ko Achimota with aggregate 48 obi kura 13 yes Ministry of Education say your computer selection na you obi ba 16 aggregate 16 na de ko grade F school na obi kura aggregate 32 na man grade A school we are say any corruption. In any case, when they chair presidency, when they chair the parliament, when they chair the system, say, ye issue out protocol list. And it's all the protocol list called Wesley girls. What did be quite a breed? Now the be quite a neguna. Oh, my papa, ni or for any and listing protocol listing or aggregate 12 or called grade D school. Go for any corruption, you be no. Oh, minate a sorry platform. Oh, me elder, sorry. Only elder was sorry. Where criminals so front row. A hot no pay because honey na yam pay for say shani ya more. Wow, could you imam nechino. Yeah, some Kofi. Kofi, me say President I want to me rule Ghana former Ghana from you. Kofi, Ghana is the most soft country, the soft national to rule. Very soft. Woman kasa. They don't know how to demonstrate. They don't know how to. Na country Kofi ye dollar kwe dwane no yetimi ka che say a spiritual attack in the country ni sika so fofo nkobo empire man such a country ni party ase mi ba judge ase president ko for time akoso mbo dry no president ka say ye mo empire me nsuo to Shagana for fast home ye nkruma empire ni nsuo ato one citizen one national we then house happen now what's happening siga God will not let them survive. They better change their mind. They say about solve corruption. The first person to solve corruption is the president to declare, cancel out, go to parliament and swear against the immunity. Because the immunity leads to impunity, and the impunity leads to disrespect, and the disrespect leads to abuse. So we are abusing the system through the immunity creation. So destabilize the immunity. It will not give birth to impunity. It will not give birth to disrespect, and it will not lead to abuse.
Someone believes Rawlings should be back.
I'm sorry. That is not the deal. The deal is that President Rawlings, democratically, in my view, he helped stimulate, streamline to some extent. But I'm saying again that, regardless, President Rawlings had the time. I will clear certain things, much as I would not support overthrow of an existing legitimate constitutional government. However, when President Rawlings had the chance, he also reintroduced the elitism by way of the people he came with. All of them also were busted out. And then there is an introduction of another cabal that formed the league again and introduced the system. I mean, they call. So it is not the coming of President Rawlings. Fabulously good democratic credential, because with a uniform turnout, supervised election, and his party lost and he went out with them. Perfect. Very few.
Yeah.
Regardless of his democratic decision, we have till today, we don't have one single exile president out.
Yeah, that Ghana idea.
We should give credit to him. With his credential, we don't have one political prisoner sitting in Ghana jail. Give credit to him. With his credentials, till today, we could not have any formulation of dissidents. And I've given, when we enter security matters, any dissident, any vigilante group, we need to see anything that worries this nation. You don't have it.
The only thing is corruption.
It's corruption. Na country KOFI national security oba no ni na Ukraine ni nsem got Ukraine nsem no apaja am the country awunim CID aboche wan no so onim criminal investigation officer criminal police owunim ba bi ote odo tifie wunim adwuma oye ba ye de wunim CID ni wunim BNI ni wunim police ni wunim soldier ni ye no mu na da de wunim kra wada kra papa wunim se mo national security oko VIP bus mi na otimi nya no obi ka say hey don't sleep. Okay, say I'm with the national security. Country we say, Nipani is so soft and sweet. The other country Ghana and Libya what you say, tarnishing the image, tarnishing my reputation, foolish reputation. They better stop those kind of nonsense.
Well, so it's time to get angry and organize ourselves against corruption and stop saying so sad. Nana ama nyako every year. Wase no crow ula ni bote kujo wase adwumapa na moye KOFI Samuel Havo eno de bae wase yempanimfo no se ma o mass barrier me and spare akokura dance like more eno de bae wase leaders no have nothing to learn from this man. This is using pure sense. Our leaders use books written by the whites, and intino omode no book na Emmanuel Bentum na wode ebae. What KOFI, let me tell you today, black man don't understand the world. Nana Kubi and wode bae. Was it we will start. Then I must start na munya butreo. Was it this time, okay, it's time to get angry no kind of that. And Charlie Slim Asria, was it KOFI, help us to form our party. We need a change. Please, let's wake up. Emabuno kwabena samwa enwa de bae. Was say papa idea. I said neka common sense for her. Yeah, very smart. Kemef Zen enwa de bae. Was it Israel and so sa yes Saddam's no trust. Israel they na hon so sa me name there. Was it children and grandchildren of all these wicked and corrupt politicians shall never know peace. I curse them by the authority of Yahweh. Just like Eli's family was cursed, Ghana, or allowing us and watching his children to offend God. Okay, Ghana leaders will never know peace. Hey, I say me to me say queer. Did from Asamno Ayo Yapa, a queer hene YGH and what they buy. Was a Ghana for you na? I see a sorry near Kutia Sanyama air cosi. You know, between sorry, sir.
KOFI, we cannot all do it, but I'm saying, sir, KOFI, let's do classical thinking and common sense thinking once again here. God Almighty wisdom, the intelligent God, the God of wisdom, the God of the creator of the universe. KOFI, your school of mines, Anamibwa. Yeah. Your school of accountancy, Anamibwa. Yeah. Your school of engineering, Mebwa. Yeah. Your medical school. School of pharmacology, school of this, school of that. KOFI, wouldn't be a school of presidency war.
David.
yati school bia presidents in Kwana Koho. So it tells you, say, God creating the world did not create, say, presidency or leaders of state belong to one particular, especially to be a president. God didn't create. There's no school in the world that's a school of president. Now, visit Kofi Nkameno, Manko Biankame me banko because Oko be a president. Is that the case? No. So it means, say, all of us cannot be at the top. All of us cannot occupy one position. But I'm saying, say, given the leverage, the level playing fields, na obian try. Ni enhwe say certain talents in people, in villages, poor family, na middle class na upper class nkwa na omni miansa. So a country that is prepared to offer the chance to the public, omunetima make strides and gains, and name the countries around the world, the new world, the old economies, the stronger nations. As I told you, Omama nipa chance obian try ne de. So the system is open into open school. So say grade F, I need grade F. So allow everybody to go every other ones. And tisa Kofi. Schools now, your leaders, so musisi. No mercy schools in a village. Meanwhile, o stronger 8 or 10 teams, land in the hoka kraka. What created certain masters and certain teachers say teacher way there or bachelor science or presec is I man in Kobabia because only the best science teacher El Ghana. Ni a cover people teacher or no science or no crowd failing in science in Uruguay. Do you get it? Ni a not to a class school to be officer science master no more failing than to so failing Aoba. Now you are the country say in Ghana you can't do anything without passing English and the mathematics. Over here, who master no chair at the grade E school, no passing the mass that. I feel no any remedial courses, but one a master or. Are you getting me? Until the system has compromised and told you, say, you and I say, you can't pass English from where you are coming. You cannot pass mathematics from where you are coming. So you can't go to nursing training pool. You can't enter polytechnic. You can't enter university. So you reserve the university for us because my son can go to Addisababa. My son can go to Pembe College because the good masters are there. And the system, which is the Ministry of Education system, does not allow transfer of those good masters to them. So in this case, open up the system, the regional schools, the best schools, throw the buildings now, we see now. We smokers in Omaria for Omo. Schools from CC, and what's the sense? We open school. No, yes, we see. We are then master ben a coach there. A chronic community locality nothing or 95 months and work school. Teacher no back on or no con farm. No grade F school, no crying be our teacher ni be a no to frustration was a Mary Kusienam. Do you understand? Obedi a crantian and then crying bush. Kofi wo. Maka be a Kofi. Learn something. The compromise elitism system and paying for their two post-independence, and they are not prepared to eliminate it. And this Kenya one school are producing 4 presidents or 5. There is the elitism system. This is elitism system. Practiced like a religion, leading to impunity, leading to immunity, leading to corruption, high grade. It is orchestrated. Come up and solve problem. They can solve the problem within the night. Come up and they can solve it. But the country have owners. The country Ghana has an owner, and it has owners. Yes, because we are president in Kraba, there are certain people who will talk to you. Do you get it? Yeah. Country bank and I would train one kasa Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now our career diplomats, or might go through the mail. Now I appointed back across ambassador. No be kotra party politics, etra radio see that. No an ambassador. Or kotra no order. Common interpretation of note bebas, they don't know. Or celebrating independence June a year, a republic holiday. Well, ye only bibia. The national China on fan home. The national war on fan home. But certain countries, na koko, fowl, chicken, normal, What they say? Spanish for friend Pokesera no. That sanketenkito man. Ewukra na you see diplomats moving there. Ya chene national good or bad. Ubehun diplomat to ha. But Ghana, do we do that? Zero. No, because you are not. One go outside now. When we hear diplomatic assistance from you, we now we hustlers. Who could grade F2? Who pass assistance from whom? Keep quiet and stay there. Yes, we won't chance him. Nebra. What talk us so by about you duty no? Because the system is telling you don't use a new car. What the new car boss duty? So what the data about so was a penalty. Meanwhile, space wagon, alcohol doko, edit 35 years. What I say? Yeah. Now you am crown. Not Canadian can a pigeon. It be 45 years. And no nam why stop will be or the car back and in 10 years, 11 years. And you are getting a penalty. This is the system of Ghana. Is that corruption or not corruption? It is a corruption indeed. Because it's a fraudulent practices against your own citizens.
The ambassadors now to me and perform outside now is because of the policy.
KOFI, good nation, serious nation. You will not take a politician. Politician goes to what? A political desk as an attaché. He doesn't go as an ambassador. He doesn't go because you are grant all our trade attaches. Ministry of Trade. Let's go there and ask them. Say embassies in all country around the world. Ghana has about 80 ambassadors nationwide, worldwide. You must some trade attaches or more. You must ambassadors. How many of them and they business-minded people? What in the business back and to any locals? Only anything to bring to the country because of forso party. With a real election as a president Liseba, ambassador Liseba. Yeah, her names that comes out. Yeah, her names come out. KOFI, I'm sorry. Should it get to the point say a country of 35, 38 populated nation? No? You're 275 parliamentarians and as a lawyers inquire about 200. Is that the case? Should that be the case?
The Boka Omeka say your fraho emrashe bedroom. And in
KOFI, what shall
here Obia
KOFI
emra.
Omotim Rana Seno and our Missika Befa, home your dang. Omotim Rana Seno, payment to alcohol, as a coach you if that's what they are telling us. No, it is not like that. My example say India on parliament 600 parliamentarians. Obi ko school da. Oni mchre. Tanzania parliament omuka Swahili ho. De oka brofo beka brofo. Do you get it? De oka brofo. De oka Swahili no obeka Swahili. South Africa parliament ebika Zulu ebika Kosa. It is accepted. It is not true. Yes. And then I'm just KOFI. So Crowe say you say per se your page system na. Near page education. In any case, sovereign nation Ghana. When they stop here say any idea language ba ko be kira de. Ama akra bia akra be na che say fa ba ko kan obenya mienu obetwe exams pass afeli. Na obi ti akra odin ko grade F school now che no algebra. What about them? When did not go grade E school? Now change geometric. Are you crazy? When they come across, we about them because we're processing a life grade F. So don't come into the system to disturb anybody. When the F is do you get it? No. It is so sad. And the French will tell libérez mon pays. Free my nation from all these kind of things. Free my nation. Free my nation, free the country. Why ban grade F? Now be banko grade A. Why? I didn't answer a public school. If you call down some amateur JT and crank up for Ababu. Very foolish English. Kwadabraka cluster of schools. No more we almost have to do Medina cluster of schools. KOFI. And I'm sorry. Any day, yeah, watch man for Damutum Pepe, watch man for man the school. Why? Enti leverage level fields na pese and crown obi a showcasing the talent no wahi. Anyhow, ni school ni grade F. Enti ono ate no ho asese wontimi nko ba bia in life. Enti onya 18 years a no akotonsu your traffic ma. KOFI eso offense you so ko. Okoso so a wo de ko obesa ba ba to your kroma ye twen. Opa koje Nicaragua passport ne fabraha ye besa atwen na ade a omusaye ni se visa Ghanaians na tete outside and so no. Ba no mo ba be ha wo Apart from so oju DT. Apart from so ba be Toland oba mi agena judicial system no ntimi ntina kroman go through the court. Now obi aton asase na wo sa ba wo sika de 20,000 euros na ba be Toland 10,000. Obedwane akọ because your majorment be mienu ahonko. The system is also corrupt judiciary because when say case we say nipa no meanwhile we see that obi o man be. Na wa wie no nipa na nya only 6 weeks vacations no dey ba Ghana. No the passport because so foreign passport no they come Ghana embassy so oje Ghana visa. The system is telling because or your ambassador I will feel political angle or you mean to certain people I'm going mean to the nationals so they don't get it. Into 2 weeks no for our passport to me a visa 2 weeks Ghana new people Ghanaians abroad 2 weeks 3 weeks near family. Anytime I'm the baby now 1 week.
Vacation grass.
Vacation at 2 weeks so baba show mama we do airport na no oba call down no be kra buagu. The next day time so one kwa bro ni beji na adwuma now say call. Punishment, utmost punishment. Disrespect for your nationals. Are we saying that Ghanaian president so many man? Who appoints those ambassadors? Those wicked ambassadors who appoints them? Next, foreign affairs. Frustration that the officers are going through. Obi aye adwuma foreign service over 20 years. Togo hakoye man nko ye friends. Onko ye deputy ho. Togo yamfa ne nko. Na obi begina radio so edidi atem political activism. The next day near the nakoden. What do you do with your career diplomats that you've trained them? Kofi country be near Sadian. Japan also when you farm about when you ambassador da, who pursue your ambassador, go and inherit your father farm. That is level playing fields. And industrialist minded nation. Korea did the same thing. Turkey is doing the same thing. China has done it. Germany did it. United States is still doing it. They give encouragement. They respect farmers. Now, Maka, young Kofi, what they will trust is a network in this one. When one's our friend now, I didn't want to come.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to come. That's but if not the first VOA force said no, they want to, I wouldn't come because sometimes you go over. But for me, like I said, it me no be I'm a neutral person. I don't care. Yeah. And I'm not afraid of the system because I know the system and I know how it operates. I played left, right with them and I'm okay. But what I'm saying is that we can reduce the level of corruption if we cannot take it out. But the person reduce here. Young country in the national cinema ball. Young crowded Green Street in some mobile.
You think some politicians in one
Kobe? Politician be a campaign by we are there cheap you're the minister. My friend built a house for me. Who opposition need your friend and build the house amount? Who opposition need there? Or friend and man for Oba and Co school or United Schools, Best School, Columbia and all that. Oba power there they are trying to tarnish my image. They are going to do my reputation and then my hard-won reputation. Enti Ghana minister appointing minister na nanfo fosi diamond wa brocha na. You appointing minister na nanfo for third diamond Dubai. Is that the case? Kofi. Mama ka say me chiro. So me say system no e easier. Yeah. I don't know more opposition Kofi. Only slim to say Al-Wahab. Now about government ne shirt crown was neck 18. Do you understand it? Yeah. I want to just keep like this because me person me call neck be about 20 because I don't know say be a political year. It tells you what goes into their life. So if you were not fat yesterday, you could not have been fat today. After 2 weeks of election, man political post corner na ne shirt nyina ne bottoms nyina na ebie especially o shares no the statical transition. Bones a shirt na be na fi ye go no akoye. Ebe na buy. Kofi, we are developing the stomach asaka within 3 weeks.
But my training do aba is that
Kofi, okay, me man cause our question is a dead news.
Oh, special Kwesipita.
Martin Abudu cannot do anything in this country. I'm telling you.
Oh, but
he's a solid man. Yes.
Rollins believes him.
He's a solid man. But only prisons. He's a solid man. Only investigator. He's a solid man. Martin Abudu on call Fida Road. He's a solid man. Very selfless. Kofi selfless. Selfless man. Young Chess Kroma from Pen for Bemana. You don't know this country, Kofi. You do not know.
They will not allow him.
They won't. He cannot do anything. Won't even go back and Kuji Kroma. Who is to give you the records to investigate or investigator? He can be accountant general. He can be auditor general. He cannot audit himself. He cannot do. People have to work and give him the records to prosecute. But the judiciary, the attorney general, who Ghana law, I better compete. Manifa case been court to Kroma. Who Kroma law? Now who Kroma paying for? Ya won't you rhetorics? Unko reduce so unti and some on back. Over lawyers. Matami do better law. Lawyer, better lawyers. Country in the law, no, left, right. What I say, the law gives and the law takes. In the law, meaning back to back. This side is positive, that side negative. Now crashing in neutral. That is the law of Ghana. Martin be trying the best. Say we jaw no genuinely, but Kofi, you call. I'm telling you, because certain classicals, certain recommendations, certain payments, if you Council of State in the best interest. And the Martin saw there will be too much. You have to go back there. Now, how no also problem because we brought you. What are you talking about? But
I know Martin to be somebody. Oh yeah, I'll be jail opposition. My wife letter.
I am to a jail opposition. Frustration. This country doesn't need the country Ghana. No, we don't need intelligence. We need crusaders. Government can send back on show. I've given you the age. Being the one of the first causes and the factors I did Ghana corruption in starting here. No. You need to use your Kroma Trade Union Congress and your workers in Nadia. To use your officials, and I'm giving it to them. They should go to the public service and allow themselves and all of them. They should allow the Ghanaian worker have a say, Papa way or better officer Kofi. Almost secretaries at ministry, so no more compromise are benefiting from the age reduction. And on one than nurse. And there were youngest are called business schools, telecoms, good administration, secretary, stenographers. And so yeah, for only to one or chief executive, what done is no man a drone. Because no any age in also to two. Yasa gazette home. What did they mention? Yasa gazette home. Now one a year Juma 40 years, no bear Juma 30 years. Now failing an age over 52. Now the first born so celebrating the 51st birthday. No so tiasiebi. Edi 1 month no we are. Now the age na obituary na 74. Abrofo nkomkwa ko yisa body na prosecute body answer na esie. Na because how can you do that? We did sister yesterday under 3 years you now obituary now we 74. They born no. Because
to Martin you should forget.
Martin Bebre papa. Kofi sir, Martin that you and I know.
I know, sir. On some investigators, for instance, Anas and Omomutumi undercover, a collaboration at Yajuma. That was so no be.
Kofi Anas a collaborate Anas job. A dear Namado Dresser and Anas are you krumha. Apart from judges and idiom
port.
And I'm sure port here the honey pass in the tomb. The Okoya no a border no cocoa dia near the center tomb. The Okoya Tamale a North Robert Bina Omo Epton fertilizer and Indiaman, ye the center tomb. And that's very enough from there. The investigations in Kroma, one of the best, swift, Ababa says here. The report to Kofi country death case a year murder case no. A full file before dossier every court. What kind of corruption? What kind of wedding scanco? What kind of opinion they are wedding? Now court document now you prosecute will be. In the case neither I neutralized. This is the country. Pastor Bienu ha watch you more sorry them da. Chair oba ni scar fire dada. Frustrated misses. Omukwa na echi omo ebe before. Onye kro no ati access wa frustrating to also ebe before. This is how the country Ghana, the system is compromised. Officials and state authorities, and the people, decision and opinion leaders. COVID, are dangerous. So the trade union, the TUC, the American say, when I'm representing the workers of this country.
Yeah.
Until this system is going on, the TUC, I didn't say they don't know. My secretary, be young girl, being coca say, Papa, age with their challenge. She cruise in the letters abeko. She cruise in the letters abeko. Kofiade. now students, I'm sorry, we girls who come beautiful girls, high learned, qualified, overqualified. Omi nyina Kofi, excuse me with my grammar and my gospel word. Omi nyina done prostitutes. I'm sorry. By virtue of what? Systematic intimidation. By virtue of corruptible intimidations. By virtue of say you're grading life no deba. Do you get it? Now young boys in nyina Kofi. Omkra do mas my hope. Do you understand? Now upon all this, you know, now Kofi Adoma, watch your letters. Which your boys in our ministries are Kofi sweat. One ministry to another. Because the system is compromised, you know, secretary, principal secretary to the minister, to the director, to the chief directors, you know. All the application, oh, give it to me. I'll give to my boss. Okay, I know I train a drawer. No, I can't shim. Every Friday, no, you politin back. Mo de sorry, I'm Kazahane. We're shading in Algo. Man, no, I eject it. Into hopes. Ghanaian student hope. With this small money. Obi borrows can or their copper juma. No then a letter sako. No we are sako tina sorry them a year fasting 2 weeks aka ho e bomb paye. Obi bomb paye and send of the letters na koche. Na secretary or no time apa ho. I spy why we knew no the age. Bet 3, 4, 5 times because you were corruptible and the corrupt birth and death administration system now compromise. Young man new, young old birth set your new one. And no or secretary no also a bonsam not or your application no attraction because or boss no plan here. We are catch and some conform the application I made them at Togos. Why are they until I'm them power SMU? Do you get it? Do you get it? When are we going to stop that as a nation? Now you are preaching corruption. They say corruption. I say a be free to be a see baby they cannot solve it. Mr. will say be a person solve no. All the president that went, they all my back they could feel more. But she said they are coming is that not it? Yeah. So if that is the case, the one that we have on hand now. Go to parliament and declare, say yes, under my watch, my tenure expiration, I don't want to enjoy immunity. Hold me accountable for whatever I do or whatever I've done against the state, together with my minister. In that case, see, I saw President Timnia, everybody will sit up. And you're one chief executive, be awarded $5 million. And you are not no coins can from the bank, but other system in the Chianica. Na system will be uncobined paba. If you cannot do that, you don't have the balls to tell me say you can solve corruption. Then I'm paying for your margin so best of corruption. Regardless of the fine theory that they will give. Now I can say your Attorney General, our president to him the system of payment. Your Bank of Ghana governor, our vice president system of payment. You may be in the previous administration of John Mama and then also His Excellency John Mama and then His Excellency Kosi. And yet, the system was not corrected. In Thomas Sotia to say look for keys and the dem. And this a year 14 bar the counterpart says I'm 26 next week in 2 minutes. Into Haiti and a letter neighbor na payment. There are occasions and situations where they pay the money. Bank of Ghana even credit the account of the people because omo call the check in blue check number need the mom. Emo to your check in emo ya process. That is the country that we live in. Kofi, the generation we don't need is not a violent nation, but we must set up and purge the system. We must purge the system.
In presidency, corrupt acts, be it minor. Say a song, kakra with the fact say obi we adicate to be at neko ho.
Oh, Kofi we break.
To say why ma tell me do show more the ombekon. And nko yi mo ho no na fe yem space because system no pay explanation ada man. Say fa for your media nipa be chi wo mo aka ho pa. Obi fa just say me say nko yi bi mo free Kofi. Me say Martinam your friend say Dr. Puni, and Mr. Warumi, and then some few others. Kovoma Semna, a yard of keke. I can't hold
I don't know who. Abugapili. I suddenly are a keke. What I say? A yard who say, yes, a beer name to BBC. But Minu me not him very well, say Abugapili. One cois cano, Yam fan share some cash no kudi you. Okoyi is kind of baby. Certain documents went into. Tender took place. People supervised the tender. Certification took place. Certain ministry paid the money. Certain Ministry of Finance gave guarantee authorization permitting and allowing the money to be paid. A certain accountant general also collected and then paid. A certain Bank of Ghana also gave the cash. Enti abu apele onukwa ne discount. Onukwa ne discount. Oma kana makodano. Kofi, what are we doing to them? Now we are also best solve corruption. What they done best solve? Obi anko ini dey sha nem pass no famra. Me am fan solve corruption. Corruption enye duebe. Be say ya sorry ayeko. E okro we sim. No mo nyoma
church ni dey den.
The Church of Corruption Ghana. Ghana Church of Corruption
International.
We are between the gospel mission as
But according to say okope adwuma, you need to put something on the envelope. Okope school, you need to put some weight. Said you're more canon. Yes, I'm from Ebuhuako.
There be a friend brand envelope.
Right. And I know they are near minor.
Kofi.
And I say, I church in Tino and your collection kakra.
Kofi said the other night and he said, because of the fact said, I hate it from the top. And the other corruption, I will call it, is a pyramid system. It is a pyramid system. It go like this, or it come from the top, never down. So the base is bigger than the top. That is the pyramid system. But the top gives instructions to the base. And the base gives weight to the top. This is the pyramid corruption system that we have. And the whole system have compromised. And it will be Kope school. Headmaster and feel said, look, you know what? Me school now mo cry mo hane grade F. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And they are in stages. Me say, then na also o say who to corruption ase. Guy katase share project kankan. Metia opposition nyina o NDC MPP opposition katase share project kankan. Kwa government ma sa we de na ira. Ebeba be ma chair next campaign time. And ebeba. And then the bar we team say who opposition we so you corrupt. We call ban so you corrupt. Then the bo team.
Like I say obi anim. Oh yes royal.
But they know what they do. It's the way, it's the system, Kofi. It is the system. Abe judicial system. Abe extrajudicial system. Ah, omu nyina practice. A religion. Do you get it? It is a headmaster na jia wonsuro. Because enko babia. Na dia na ya no say, hey, police officer there ba hey. Because from crime there na mobo. That's a video be covered by a police officer get 5 cedis. Now man for na muti radio so politician, are you not ashamed to talk about somebody about 5 cedis? Well, we have billions no there yanka. Obi 5 cedis or John there why am who anya be cry na uniform black and sure then waji and so what? Police waji yes waji. Argentina corruption. The corruption index. Ghana here cause we wait here. Na city state officials na here. Police from kwa na corrupt. Does it make sense? MTT you are so na here 2 cities. 2 cities. Now what the here.
And you know friend a perception index and I think
yes it's CPI.
O say ya na Ghana for you like e be wo ho to catch. And akwaya sa adwena bani patima police gina obi pek osi we nim say we oba o me say entine no and e bia
CPI corruption yes you see it is that it's a corruption perception index the CPIs and just let us not only close our eyes and believe and feel say it's only the police service. It is not true. It is not true because the headmasters in here are worse than the police. No every season bia September ni intake no and cocoa season. Your headmasters will come and say, oh, my students, there's a free SHS. What can't your students say? Are you getting me? You are taught generator my SHS from the Sunya in a doom lighter. Meanwhile, light is so. No, not magic. Students say, baby, you need 300, 400. No, I do be to 200. Parents no muntia. Multiply 200 Ghana per each, and 100 per each, but 300 or 400 students. It be 1,000 students. No, I'm not sure the quarter generator, no, this can actually bottom. And not many police in your country 2 cities. One are corrupt. Why are we so hypocrite? This is a hypocritic nation. We don't love ourselves. And yet, averagely, you check every country in Africa. Averagely. You check every country. Now, I repeat again. Pastor Bienwa, the prophecy watching will be our disca our government in Muda. There be a chiba phone will be a creator in 9. What a country. Go because the softer citizens, very easy. Ghana no can even Ghana ni can be bia. Ofaria de. Jamaninka. Insu na ntokra na Jamaninka. Dollar na ekoso ayemo mpa dollar ne be stop. Ye tiase as a nation. I grow for Jesus. And I'm a boy. They are man of Tuma White. Good Independence Square. Bumpire maybe Tito. Praying for the nation. On top of it. Osha Maui and Udu Kolibuana Usi, Uko Confanocha, Uko hospitals. Look at what Ghanaian women do. Do we pay them? I grow for Jesus. Kofisa Unkobi. Kohema Empire Manebo. Praying for the nation. And then the politicians, leaders wrecking the nation. And the balance, you know. What there's empire and of course not born in a country in bad down. Is it fair? Kuvadima. Ciao. Could my news you.
No fruity water. We lemon flavored water.
I want a coffee.
Oh, Ghanaian or America.
Oh, the Nitsa, yes, Oman for taxes. I'm a human.
Tax stamp on it. I say, but taxes now a year who interview, you know. The good news, and I say, aban year free ho. That is the good news. Okay, KOFI TV so hana ye ne Guta president ne secretary shase wegi campaign ye call pa. In fact, omusun ye kra ne sa. Emo mo kire se fi abosia twa wa ya abebu ahodo a kese omubu ye. Ewie ye no video. In fact, I met a lot of politicians. Omo kire me say omo hwe interviews, but omo interview omo aho said that interview neda. Yes, of course, some of them were from the other party, you know, you can understand. And you know, they let me say politicians, when you say you say opposition, they all say you are ho aban one ka say you are ho. But good news, and I say taxes and a lot of them fumigation and you say forever until further notice. And go come back and do more but taxes e go so ye e free ho. And other tractors are the full taxes. That is the good news, Abba. And that interview, you say more share, you pushy, your money do baby, and I say, Drubiano, Yadamo, I say, that is Abwa. We say, let's pray for this man so they don't kill him.
No,
Benis Nana, Ekia, that one, dear Tina Austin, or senior maybe a country, and they true Ghana.
Oh, but I mean, it's like
Yami,
Yami, yet, Anna also so best, Anna. Say Yamenya, Ghana, and Kone country or Hesso. And I'm a boy. Serious nations or build you Omo. And then I'm a catcher say, on auction country be ada, regardless of Omo poverty. And Tinyamin sour country be also. Now, the odo diama baby also mpa fine. No boy other countries. Yes, also a boy do one. Yes, I'm a Thank you. And this if say we don't regard and recognize the importance, and we don't regard and respect. Adia nyamidia check this country. Population or diama wa umum pekasa. Culture I protected this country. Traditions I protected this country. This country had never been civil war in the years olden days. Only white man akoye. Yentiminya a break of frontier of minority tribes and majority tribes. Omoko. Yenya religious uprising, 2 churches or 2 distant fighting. Na umpeweni na uwa that kind of a peace. You only have one thing to defend. It's only domestic crime now. Domestic crime. Armed robbery is a domestic crime. It doesn't go against the national psyche of the country. Say, deal with it. We will women na Kofi. Nani nyina chino. We do also have the idea about what you saw be Ghana Corruption Church International. So the gospel highways to be can one. And no namo de amuso mo bako. Kofi, me say I have played with Ghanaian leaders, Ghanaian executives, Ghanaian bosses, Ghanaian CEOs, Ghanaian deputies. For God's sake, Kofi, they can solve the country's problem. They can solve it. They can solve it. I'm telling you, they can solve it.
Will they?
That hangs in the balance. And only idea is we are no mayen. Niembisa say 250,000 students na graduate every year no. And then ye wo. Plan ben ye de to homa wo. Plan ben ye de to homa wo. Kofi, plan ben ye de to homa wo. Woni bibi. Guinea Equatoria ha.
Yeah.
Obiangema, why companies, farms. Obi ko wia telephone come as my prison, ye loko wo farm ho. Oba ko wia ade a ye loko no farm ho. Entomi eni to mo do a no ma ware no ma wo. Obi a reform kama. No mo produce, no mo ton nuane no. Udi bi ama da na them. Serious nations. They believe in correctional methods. So by correcting the citizens from little crime. Now one for now call Amananko harden. Me patch what you say.
Rather we are hardening them, eh?
We harden them. We harden them. We harden them. Kofi, we harden them. Call women's jail. Kofi Aduma, go there. Seek authorization. This is a listening government. Ghanaian governments to some extent, they are listening government sometimes. When they are pushed to the corner, becomes through the influence of the radio. Koho na kofa mane bra one by one concern one ko ankafo central prisons o Kumasi. Na fe e man jam man do mu. Na bu se o crime ko fu be soon you cry. Your eyes out. Na ko he ma o mu do mu ba jail. Your children no pregnant. The issue nyina ya ntuma baako. Na dan for ntuma no yes is hanjo no ko me onya ntuma ni bi nto enhye eno ko ye ya ma ni 2 years solidly eya reho country onu yi ni prisoners be gbe abonten na odo wondwane country be ne mo dey say prisoners no ya de ne ba abonten e mo do ka warder one warder oba na be ma 5 oba ko no ni tidua bi ase na o mo do o wi anu ase di na chi no asako ko French country ni se ja obi man koda ko Cote d'Ivoire se ja krom man koda aka one day kwa ma about yin jao but Ghanaian prisoners kwa tia say country we say o mtini amase aden Kofi aden ko Ghanaian schools ya ka corruption ko Ghanaian schools ko boarding house enuane e de mani pa da sanidi go and look at it go and look at it go and look at it. Human being. Abroad, there's a budget, there's a money allocated for that, and go and see how they treat them. The corruption, no baby back. Anybody back. Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA. Kofi, your employee will be 1 year. No, see that 2 Wesley gone. When see back was painters, not that land cruiser. The system is compromised. Penny be no betima bisan say, where did you get that money? Is it normal? It's against whom? Where does he get the money from? Who checks that? Who does the supervision? Who does the control? Who does the monitoring? And if the system does not monitor, control, and supervise itself, that is also an expose, an overflow of corruption. It's a fraudulent practices. Who checks and how do we stop it? And yet, you're called mosque, and yet you're called sorry. That is Ghana.
Yunyai churches ne mosque ne way now.
Me say ada sofu bibeti mache say papa braha where the Ghana is ka fakoma country no. This country will change. And their system no religiously so me and compromise it. See etimi che by for pa na ska fire dada ese a chim kofo no umtika no o medi country ni ska. And you are bonny a che bibia, and you do be alcohol you be nam so perceived.
Hey, you go so interview ne the more you go now. I hear some way be. Anyway, let me see. And kind my come home 1 minute mra na me kind of comment in kakra na we say we are ready for a revolution if he will lead us. Bosheba David Rusty Fofi. We say seriously man a problem. Samuel Tete. We say Kofi your face and your sexy this evening cry. Is he making but if an idea for nan come I did them any better sexy. Ghana warrior was say was it Kofi I send central for more Ghana so once more come look at how curious you are now, but it will be you who should know better. In Cancer citizen. Cancer, I hear you. Excellency K Simpa. Miniming in Anka Mitana Hakani in Anchor, until I'm offered you nimning in Anchor. Ghana can only progress if we are truthful, respect each other, and all become equal before the law. Hey, before the law, equal. Ghana. Same way, party. What's the road sector no corruption or hospital baby? Max Levi's. But I mean, also better as a passport office corruption and such baby. Be so better as a lands corruption or hospital baby. And I say, I don't know, but maybe I say, oh yeah, grading no him for na corruption or what so far. But say I love this guy, and I would like to meet him, Kingsley Nelson. But say, oh father, please forgive about my leader. So, hey, then again I'm paying for you. So they forgive friends, yo. Was say Wahab is aspiring CEO of Accra to folk from Big Sheriff sports photojournalist Belgium Antwerp. Okay. Prince Bill Krenzel was say please we need you as president. Or say Kwame Darlington next successor 2020 more fire more vim Wahab for president. True talk sir Yawusu Enwade Ebaye. Hey Van na French ya watwe de man say domajo say den watwe me French no ye we no kwa na me no Chibawe ya say Kofi ask him his opinion on Americans na omo bet na Ghana military base no Oulani Bote Kujo was say the system is full of thieves. Was say all Nanado children are not Ghanaians. He had all his children in UK. So how could such a president have love for Ghana? Mims Karifa no Adebayo. Was say this man has a lot in him. Larry George. Was say I'm very sad for Ghana. Then Kosi, Mame Ama Canada and Adebayo. Was say we need him on KOFI TV. We need him on TV. TV I would winning in Amfanan Koso. Kwame Selikem Okatechi. And was a serious bomb so far now to no boom 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 Barnabas is shown. Was in Europe the ministers don't go to church. But they are very sincere. Up lion. So religion as a media men from Mamuna. Yeah, dicey. Very, very dicey. But was say Amunya battle Ghana. Stop voting you Tom Benis Dana Equia Pepra. Abandon so they want to I know they are Nyakura. Was it tell all his wives was it tell Al his wife is watching live from New York, Linda Safo. And dirty vibes was a military base matter we want to hear. Military base, that's a man for anyone home power.
I'll comment on it.
Yeah, your take on it.
Kofi,
do we become a target if America form a city base?
This is a very uncomfortable subject from where I sit,
yeah.
And then my profession. To some extent, what I was saying is a country be on a vision. You understand?
Yeah.
It is true, say there were certain friendly nations, but I believe, say Ghana we played that kind of neutrality to some extent. The Switzerland of West Africa, or better still, the Switzerland of Africa. So it means, say presidents and governments of the day take decisions in consonance with their own administrative principles, in consonance with their own understanding. And when it comes to international policies, when it comes to diplomatic policies, Kofi, they are very dicey because we, all of us, you need a referendum system. I haven't seen it. Our parliament. So referendum system no krum ha. and the whole nation can be saying, no, let's vote on it. Who likes not. We have the clarity of the Ghanaian mindset with regards to your foreign policies. In Tiabeka say, referendum no say, Ghana for say MP. But your system now is executive system, which has the overall power to decide. And the destiny is decided by only the executive power. It is okufu oye wia and I say obetebola anything minum your parliament. On that subject, for me sit here and tell you say it is bad, it is not good. Kofi, subjectively to some extent it will be difficult for me to say. However, Kofi, your lawmakers, I think this issue is going to parliament. And I'm okay. So
unfortunately, Ghana a country be a did get more two ever. MPP say no. NDC says
Kofi,
this one same politics.
Kofi, wouldn't be areas of even Gitmo 2, for instance, as a case in a Bayano, MPP your whole campaign. So I'm pranamebo. NDC insist here, say ya denebeba. Right, anamebo. MPP by home to me a day. Yet my home BB. Okay. There were key questions at that time. I expected state authorities to answer. Nobody. And Kofono, near Duomobano. They were stateless. Not omni country. We didn't know on the immigration records, passport, citizenship, or the Raha. Because they were arrested or they were taken as combatants. Yemen force omni and as Saudi forces omni national because we change no passport. The international law also has said that before you fly somebody, especially the law of the United States, Saudi will be better play. Now the natural American airspace, Edina Bahano. There must be an identity. Man, takes a communicators. Both sides, both MPP and this will be beside say, plane ban a Dubai, no passenger flight, no a jet, immigration, passport ben no stamp ye, and then identity no the backroom. And if at that time the system and the presidency accepted per executive instrumental, menu me no bear them. But the point is that up to now, we do not know what kind of status or citizen in this year or flow do into the wild, ye jam into the bush, country ben ye do moko. Because you can't take them to the United States. I
hear their names were changed, they were given passports, some have married and so.
Kofi is the system because we've already made a mistake. We've already compromised with the system. Because at that time communicators, both that time MPP, I'm referring to them, they didn't ask. They made a whole lot of rhetorics. They made a whole lot of stories. They made a whole lot of arguments. But I expected then somebody to ask, say, how were they able? Passenger flight in a Dubai, unless you are a Ghanaian citizen, gone outside, travel outside. Now, then you've missed or you lost your passport. You can come with laissez-passer, permit to board or permit to land. Only Ghanaian citizens who free other country about Ghana, unless by SYZ. That way they were coming to reside and live with us. Into the document, when the train flight to fly over American airspace. We didn't ask that question. Until they landed here to some extent already as Ghanaian citizens. It is very simple as that. They landed here already as Ghanaian citizens. It is very simple as that. So the state, whether we call it a mistake or not, no, there were friendly agreements with some of these governments, Omaye developing partners. They've been American. Yeah. They've been there for Ghana from years and years and years. Of course, diplomatically, they have a fine. Economically, they have a, so they also have an interest. In Tiabasa, sometimes, you know, the fragility, our president's hands are too fragile. You cannot, do you understand? Yeah. Because the next day, no Zaka compared 20 million loss loan. That is where the problem is. The next day,
Ghana beyond aid.
In about Ghana beyond aid, and I say, your agreements a good parliament in Omakoyi. Your loan agreements are almost beyond aid in Yakoye Fiwana. Yanko ye. So beyond aid in yes, it's fine. Theory need no country writes better reportage. No country. Koshe Ghana. Massa. One very interesting thing. I'll delve out from that question a bit. But then let me tell you. Every Ghanaian Minister of Finance or a consultant ma African ministers, foreign finance ministers. From Kwame Party today, all of them, Honorable Osofo ask them, say how many African countries and one consultant for their ministers, economic affairs, Minister of Finance, Ghanaian Minister of Finance, only consultants ma African countries. So that tells you what the people can do and what they don't want to do. So back to that question, they say, are you international diplomatic issue? You handle it with care. But then normally, you know, what Ghanaians do not know, you and I do not know, is we have something called undertones. Yeah. You understand? What is under cannot be brought for public discussions and public scrutiny. What is on the surface is what we know. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, you know, in all fairness, presidents in the hands are tired. And the opposition party now will say, yeah, but what about when it was about the Gitmo? Did you also say that they will not? What did they mention? Yeah. So you do me, I do you.
But we become a target if we decide to be receiving such.
Ghana cannot be a target. Ghana cannot be a target. Yes, there could be a target. Every country could be a target. But I've given scenarios and details by which this country cannot be hit to some extent.
Oh, this country is a country where you walk to a hotel, you walk there free. Everybody a opese udi na election
na ukoko.
Entino so obi pa e fire airport yi na to pa ye nketenkete bi hyehyɛ ne ho. No de ko hye hotel bi na de achi no oti wura ye mall yi mo se Ghana for mo age America for de ame so me kyerem kakra bi a.
Yes. Kofi, on that note, what the defenders, what the pro, that is the government in say, they will not leave us as orphans. In doing that, you know, they are coming to reinforce our security.
Sana.
Any sana out here. And Kofi, and Tiaba say yes, they will set up the base if it happens. But you and I know, you vote to our constituency level. Any ye parliamentarians, any do my ground, but thank God, thankfully, your parliamentarians, about 200 of them, your lawyers. You don't how they will deliberate on this issue. At the end of the day, no, you're their citizens. Kofi, your problem is not whether American base comes or not. Your problem, no, mama your your problem, munya corruption, no. So when corruption comes down, nessa ni power juma, now the system is cooled. It has nothing to do with whether base or not. Of course, this will not be the first country American city base, and it will not be the last. To some extent, let me say a person to reduce the powers of the executives. Now you have the referendum system where people can say, Ghanaians, let's go back to the voting box. About some of these things. Until then, about MPP our time, yes. MPP your NDC no, but when is NDC massa we say Opama NDC MRA government China so be GB from Romania so be sign agreement in from Romania. I'm telling you, all of them are my friends and they will defend it pepe and you go for me no me in say mama yan can be wallahi me yan can be because oka enko and they will tell you, so you are not a parliamentarian. Who are you? What do you know? We need gravitas. Do you have it?
I say the citizens of Ghana need to decide. Benis Nana Kriya Pepra was a please want to know what the president in power has done since he came. Is this staff Tete was a Kofi? Let the man talk to us. He is saying the truth. and we want more from him. We say, Otu Akresi, Kofi, please keep this man as a regular VIP guest on your platform.
I'll come
to teach those senseless leaders sense. Memes carry for I say we should stop voting. And try.
Oh no.
I say, oh Ghana, you bread too much. Michael Okran. What to stop voting Ghana for? Boycott December 7 voting day. Oh,
that is not the best.
Nana amanya kon every year. What say I'm granting the traba. Benis nana kuya pepra. And I say we don't need United States Army. They will come to kill us like how they kill black Americans every day. It's no. We don't want them. Julius, I see you young. Julius, you met your mumu kurumu. Umekum there be any bia. What say? If you make sure interview on Al-Wahab yeah. And I've worked your interview with Al-Wahab, and I will say super gifted Ghana for you will be pa kwejo pianim and what they buy, and we say bad idea oh Ghana for fana and what they buy. I say we should stop. Hey, we should stop voting. I'm de papa. When you we should stop voting the Indian reader level. And kakra. Let's push it small. Because open was yeah, we don't need the army. They should use their common sense. God gave us gold and diamond, but we're still suffering. Okay, I say God bless you, Papa. Akosia obenewa no de ebae. I say wisdom activated. And if we chiba way a year ya eho. We say we don't want the Americans here. We say I'm living in America, but you truly love Ghana. Say no to America army base in Ghana. Poker, Messiah, and what they ebae. And we say it is time for change. Charity, mensa. Charity, change in the mood. If we back in check, Dennis Derry say, Kofi, we need an entirely new form of political party comprising only the youth of maximum age 40. Then we can forget NDC and NPP. Is it possible? What can be what? What's in another disappoints us Ghanaians? I am shocked. Dirty vibes. Short memory Ghanaians. Yeah, Haruna no de buy was Kofi. I need this number. Kukua Aban. Wisdom activated. Wow. Okay. Wisdom not there. Modi Ababebre. Al-Wahab. Don't forget me. I salute Ahmed Al-Haji and Ode and Ebaye. We need revolution. But Nibo Tekujo no de buy was a pure common sense speaker. Michael Kwabena Opoku. See no more voting in Ghana, David. I can't just say no money no can why. Because Kofi, this guy have to run for office. Leon Amono Osi Ompe. Ompe se na fube kese.
Yes.
Ompe se yedi better tare no.
I want size 15.
Size 15 na no pe. Does it mean when you get into the system clean you'll be corrupted?
Kofi, governance is run with collaborative or collaborated efforts from your other colleagues. You understand? And you have principles that controls or help you to operate. So the machinery itself is an engine, and every sector, every component, every part works. So it is not different from do car key akwakusike mno aspake. So do car key sika na aspake without holding the steer, without accelerating, without changing gear, will it go? No. Very simple as that. So therefore, the key itself has a corresponding, what I say, partner that has to do with the starting of the engine. The gear has a partner with the key. Accelerator has to intersect. Uko with all cleanness in all fairness. It is because we have a compressed, sabotaged, self-sabotage system of governance in it. With all fair idea now, you understand?
Yeah.
The system consumes you, swallow you, and then you'll be forced to do. Either than that, Maka say, Kofi, we are talking about experience. Near retaining nipa no nipa bako ejisika 50,000, 60,000 a month. Nipa nuwa that experience you could on the grave and answer is no. So it is not true that you need only people to be kept there because of, unless you've corrupted and accepted, say, yes, I'm being corrupt. Whether you're president or you're whoever that you are compromising with the system for the people to steal, because the person will not die and live the experience. He died with the experience. So you can train other people to succeed the person whilst he's alive. So we don't need them, let them go when their time comes. It is very simple as ABCD. So therefore, Obi come, not the actual pakwa. In no time, abeye religion and a secular religion. Over mana who de abeye. Nisto makiya kesia na nadwena sesa. I'm sorry, but in most cases that is it. Over na kofi who the dynamics. One na na your damfo. O fra na ofa. Ono kasa day na no kasa that night. Kofi the very next day, yes swagi na hey o fra na. Na yena anu omudi agone na ma ohwe phones once attending the say okay say somebody that you are within the night before the elections that he was picking even calls from the cemetery from ghosts obi a wukwa friend of on the phone in no time than 2 days the party comes to power. Be a minister or MP, they don't pick their calls anymore. Because you get the grassroots information from your constituents. There is a payment going on for a contract of a road that has not been done. And because you don't go to your constituency, your people telling you, say, no, you will not even pick their calls and listen to them. It is impunity, it is disrespect to your constituents. Corruptible practices. Do you get it? Yeah. And in all the sectors, in all the angles, that is how we have formulated the system. Into a constant feature of demonic act, repetition of demonic act, compromised by the whole entirety, the whole sector. So I'm saying, say, by the time and before we can do that, you know, young country who said now no obiani diplomatic obiani immunity. And young country say yachi obia young for one person and for kobium. And I'm coming so Kofi is incumbent on Martin Amidu. If Martin that we know, the citizen vigilante, say obet clear the mess, no prosecution call for now. I want to see prosecutions not against one person. Prosecution against 20. Sagana pa line nipa 20. Ah, we nyina fo susun, omo bet kra no. Kofi the most astonishing aspect and funny aspect say, this guy we no to proper shoe. I'm sorry to go down the belt. Kofi. And someone we nyina echi no. On to shoe kra and no hu so uska. Half current, no the ba.
I fire on.
Oh, my girl, I know 750 Ghana cedis. Do you get a point? All this kind of French need this kind of China. We say yes. What I say? With this kind of was shell the coat Parisian, sacco, suit, proper one, fitting suit. Communist never Ghana what I say? Oh, mom, you're selfless, you know. When you serious or ye Juman, Kofi Huna or ye regular. No more this kind of so Mexican crime you who say, would you honor so on crowd will go down. Kofi, Ghana workers, a be adio, a be ye Juma, a be some are working. Kofi, you read the report. Me in my office, we're talking about the new accountant, auditor general. Standing say, I will not pay. No, I save the pest. These are people that the country needs. Crusaders, not selfish people. And the system treats such people. They treat you with bad eye. Because they want you to compromise with the system. If you not compromise with the system, you have a problem. Because by the time I'm messing for, actually, you see, my friends in both sectors, some will call and say, "Wow, have them because I didn't know you." They know me. I don't care. You understand? That would do. I mean, what do I need? I don't need anything because the longest time of burying me is 20 minutes. Do you understand? So I don't really care about some of these things. Do you understand? Yeah. Until the country has money, the country has education to some extent, but at the same time, Kofi, this country has about 60% illiterates. We should face the fact. Yeah. So we should stop talking, say, an educated nation. 60% of the country obi antimin Cambrofo. Common English. Because creating great F schools and I will bring go nationals. Ne mami an Cambrofo, ni uncle Cambrofo, akwa no more didn't go school ko grade F. Also so know why alphabet completely, which A2 and no ko C. Do you get it? Yeah. That is corruption in Ghana. That is the subject. Let us treat it. Let us clean it. Let us purge it. Let's see. Say yes, it's a country that God has blessed this country. With all forms, with all norms, with every type of mineral resources in commercial volumes. And you have the population, young human resources to back up, to process and to produce, and to make up your country. And yet then a country, no, obi to sachet water and they are going operation. And yet then a pregnant woman that floor. And yet then there will be a papaya cocoa farmer on the chocolate da. How?
If you also say, hey, I am feeling you too much. Al-Wahab, where from him cry? I feel like swallowing this guy.
Swallows are in two forms. Which of the swallows? Don't swallow me. You can't be a shark. I'm sorry.
Noah. And Michael can say their belly get big, all from the fufu and aponchenam. And I say this man, I love enter wrong bus. Nanaya opoku.
What's he saying?
Was say wrong bus. But let see, no. No day. You know, make us away. You know, I say, Yanka, you crum cassa and nebwa, Quabana Tevia, Nti or Drew. Was it true they can't spend or names can eat in Pabuano? ISR and the true have currency. And no, Pabuano, I don't know. Who's a wait no so basana
Kofi air bonny because some person will be at home. Kofi, $1 billion. I will be for a country that are council. That I say. Now over corner, now over corner will be pocket in the lappe. Ed Dana has in his shoulder. A bit me show more jacket no the better parliament in North. Not the public offices. Kofi. Now, call Bush canteen now a war parliament house nature. Kofi a lawmaker and a perfume near canteen number would D and San Rocco. One would have expected a woman would for energy. Now they are going there and to sign and then all necessary bills to bring in now Kofi. Country ben a debia after every tenure. One change beyond after every transition beyond. Causing financial harm, loss, causing financial loss to the state, causing financial loss to the state. And meanwhile, these contracts go through the same parliament, especially the international contracts. And you're one now. Coffee what to be there? Yes, ampa. Unya lawyer, unim answer. Excuse me, Okroma. And you intimate parliament, the Atias Yamonko. Namusuna causing financial loss in the bar. Near Kochi will be a CEO, will be a baby. And Yamokran as a Samokan. Whoever worked on any of these documents, this country, we must flush them into the cell. Do you understand? Yeah. The generation coming must live in peace, in harmony, have marriage, have serious relationship, have children. If you don't want to know, go worry.
Desidera Kwam was a long interview, but worth it. And Ohene Nana Ekuyafu was say they can't spend through woman to me in this canoe. Was a Kofi keep up Juma Pana Moya Mabel appear was a Kofi all jokes aside. We need to campaign for a referendum system from now. Dennis Derry say Wahab, God bless you. Yamin Shaw.
Kofi Yamin Shaw Medasi. On sharing now me understanding, on me abutre. Yankopon abo or mine, or my idea and function, and paying for woman to Yankopon. Asori omukotna, Maslech omukotna, all our religious body, the faith. This is the kind of preaching we should preach. So the country is wearing down. Suffering nations that went into war, Rwanda, uplifted them, their game. Yes, a gateway to Africa. We are not among the 10 best nations in Africa. We are not among it. And yet, the nationals and the citizens of Ghana are quiet. They should look at God, the Almighty Allah, and make sure, say, jai the corruptible practices. Na country, no Kofi. You know, I was very reluctant to come.
Yeah, that's true.
Treat a topic next time about education in Ghana. Treat unemployment, not particularly me, but the other people, about Ghana. Treat economy of Ghana. Once you have your social platform and you have other your social games, interviews, let Ghanaians learn. Let us learn. Let us educate ourselves.
Wow.
Omashada no madum. Is that wrong? So, Kofi, we need some of these interventions. So, young share ideas. We are not against anybody, and never are we here to respect anybody. We believe them, we trust them, we respect them. We are only pleading with them, say, the country is going down, and we should limit and reduce the talk and act and let the Ghana country move forward. It's the only country that we have. God bless all of us. God bless all of us.
God bless us. And yede interview no ABC. That's it.
Kofi Adman, thanks for having me on your studio. I hope say Voice of America for
I say the
from next time. Give me a time for a while. Why? Nyaminka yina ho.
Nyaminka.
Me da also so as I believe say nimdia or ene u program Ghanaians should also know say ejuma na wo ye. It's kind of the running studio. It's kind of the running the TV no. The only money that comes to you comes through sponsors. Ghana for almost products. I almost sponsor or some programs. I be a needless exercise. If you so show confuse programming na yentimin promote too. Yen sponsor by way of what? You buy advertisers now so timieska now timin sendly some of these good interviews maybe if it is. Emma Ghana for suntie. Good night.
Good night. And in na yedo ebesia. Don't forget video we are obenya full and no asan share 1 minute GH na wait to me ashe. Yakra.
KOFI TV, yeah, yeah, yeah.